Ridgefield Raptors baseball. The pregame show starts right now.
This series comes down to a rubber match between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Bend Elks. Final regular season game that these two teams will play on the summer. And after Ridgefield wins game one, Bend wins game two. And now before the Springfield series this weekend, Ridgefield and Bend both coming down the home stretch in a big game for playoff implications. These two teams separated by just half a game in the playoff standings as we enter today's action. Hi again, everybody, and welcome back on the Raptors live stream, live from Ridgefield. I'm Josh Warden. Pleased to be with you here from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Here's the starting lineups for both teams, beginning with the visiting Bend Elks, as penned in by their skipper, Joey Wong. Leading off for Bend and playing shortstop is Elijah Jackson from Chico State. Hitting second and playing third base is Evan Scavato on a 6-game hit streak. Batting third, the right fielder, the home run yesterday, Brady Casper. And his brother bats cleanup, first baseman Riley Casper, who had 3 hits yesterday. Batting fifth, the DH from Mount Hood Community College, Isaiah Burke. Hitting sixth and catching today from Oregon State, Wilson Weber. Hitting in the 7-hole today for the Raptors, the center fielder Jude Hall, hailing from Yavapai College. Hitting in the 8-hole and making his Bend debut, the left fielder from Mount Hood Community College, Alex Soul. And rounding out the 9 for the Elks, the second baseman from Nevada Reno, it's Michael Ball. On the hill today for the Bend Elks is Jack Sleminski, a right-hander from Scottsdale Community College in his hometown from Scottsdale. And he makes his first start of the summer and his 7th appearance on the year. Here's the starting lineups for the Ridgefield Raptors, as written down by the Raptors' third-year head coach, Chris Cota. Leading off for Ridgefield and playing second base, just like he has been all series in the leadoff role, Jake Sukata from the University of Portland. Batting second and playing third base from Fresno State University, Travis Welker. Hitting third for the Raptors today and catching from UNLV, Jacob Sharp. Hitting cleanup today for the Raptors and playing first base, transferring from Hawaii to BYU this year, is Safea Mawai. Hitting fifth today for the Raptors, the left fielder Doyle Kane. Headed to UC San Diego this year, transferring from College of the Canyons. He's on a 5-game hit streak. Hitting sixth for Ridgefield and DHing today from the University of Portland, Riley McCarthy with a .391 batting average to his name and a 7-game hit streak to uphold. And batting seventh for Ridgefield and in right field, getting his first start as a Ridgefield Raptor from the University of Portland, Henry Mensch. His 3rd game played as a Raptor and his first start. Batting eighth, the center fielder from LA Mission College and transferring to College of the Canyons, Alex Sepulveda plays center field. And rounding out the 9, getting the start at shortstop today, moving over from third base, swapping with Travis Welker, Mikey Kane gets the start today at short. And he bats ninth, playing in his 40th game as a Raptor and hitting .278. Should be a good one here between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Bend Elks. We came into the series with just a half game separating these two teams. Ridgefield with the same number of wins and 1 fewer loss. Ridgefield had a game canceled due to weather earlier in the season, so they have played 1 fewer game than Bend, and they will not make that game up. And so Ridgefield and Bend will not tie each other this year. That is, unless Bend has a game canceled or something thereof, and actually does play the same number of games as Ridgefield. But it seems that they'll finish a half game apart or more, and right now we're a half game apart. And since both of these teams have traded wins so far this series, we're back to a half game apart, and the winner of this game will be in front of the other no matter what. Either Ridgefield can take a 1.5 game lead, or Bend will leapfrog Ridgefield in the playoff standing. And the important part is this may be the cutoff where one of these teams gets in and the other doesn't. Kind of depends on Yakima Valley. If Yakima Valley wins the second half, and they came into the series tied for first in the second half, and they're on a bye week, if Yakima Valley wins the second half, they get into the playoffs automatically, which means the 4th team in the league, which is currently Bend, would be bumped out. Yakima is 5th. And 4 teams get in, but even though they're 5th, they can get an automatic berth by winning a half, even if they don't actually make their overall record into the top 4. Now, by winning a half, they might also get into the top 4. but that would only be if Bend loses enough games to allow Yakima Valley to overtake them. So point being, Ridgefield is third, Bend is fourth, and it would seem like the top four get in, but not necessarily. If a team outside the top four wins a half, then the fourth place team would get bumped out. And whatever team loses this game will be in fourth, which is a precipitous position to be in. And so the Ridgefield Raptors and the Bend Elks will face off against each other here on Host Family Appreciation Day. So good to have all the host families here and a lot of people watching who have taken care of all these players and done a great job of it, as well as all the normal fans here on hand to watch one of the final home games of the year. Only 2 more home games after today, both against the Corvallis Knights. That's next weekend. So 2 road series coming up, Walla Walla and Springfield, starting with the Drifters down this weekend in Lane County, and then over to Walla Walla next week for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So after tonight, just 3 series remaining, 9 games. And that's going to be it for the Ridgefield Raptors. Now taking his warm-up pitches, and the right-hander from Gonzaga University, Nate Wheeldryer. He's the starting pitcher today for the Ridgefield Raptors, getting his 2nd start of the summer and his 8th start of his Raptors career. As a returning Ridgefield Raptor playing last summer in this same number 33 jersey, and he gets his first home start of the summer, having made his season debut about a week ago up in Longview facing the Cowlitz Black Bears, and the only win that day, that series, for the Ridgefield Raptors. Ridgefield did suffer a series loss to Cowlitz, even though Wheeldryer and the Raptors won when he was starting in the opener of that series on the 22nd. But Ridgefield went on to lose the next 2 games and have suffered the same fate the last 2 series by winning the series opener, but then losing the next 2 games to fall in the series. And this series could turn out the same way. They won the first game of the series and then lost the middle game. And if they don't win today, they will lose their 3rd straight series by the same win-loss-loss sequence. They have done really well in series openers. In fact, they've won 10 in a row. 10 straight series, they have won the first game. However, they've lost 2 series in a row. They have only swept 1 of those series in the last 10. And so Ridgefield coming into this game at 25-18 on the year. Bend is 25-19. The Raptors are 9-8 in the second half, and Bend 8-9. So Bend just a very slight lead over the Bend Elks. They would be tied in the second half standings, and both of these teams are not likely to win the second half. They both played well in the second half, but there's still a few games back and not many games remaining in the second half, and so most likely they will get in via a wild card berth would be the main route to get in. And so right now they're 3rd and 4th out of a division which sends 4 teams to the playoffs. But again, Yakima Valley could bump one of them out by winning the second half. And so it's possible whatever team loses this game would basically be outside of playoff contention. Still 9 games to go after this, so a lot of games left to be played and plenty of determinations still to go. But this one, when we look back at the end of the regular season, this game may be a big decider in who actually gets in. Well, we're ready to go. Elijah Jackson steps in, Nate Wheeldryer on the mound, and we are ready to get started in the finale between the Raptors and the Elks. First pitch from Wheeldryer is a bit inside. On the 2-seamer, 1-0 from Nate Wheeldryer. If you watched the Raptors last year, you'll be familiar with Nate Wheeldryer. Made 6 starts and pitched pretty well. An ERA of 3.29 and a batting average allowed of just 163. The 1-0 pitch is down, a bit inside, ball 2 to Elijah Jackson. Wheeldryer had a good arsenal last year, fastball, slider, changeup, sinker. And he, in a sense, has the same pitches this year, although he's a pretty different pitcher than he was a summer ago. Here's the 2-0 from Wheeldryer. It's taken for a strike, 2-1 from the Gonzaga right-hander, originally from Auburn, Washington. He still has a fastball, but he changed the grip. It's a 2-seam fastball now, not the 4-seamer, which he feels much more comfortable with, gets better run on it, tailing back to the arm side, as does the changeup. He also throws that changeup way more often now. Here's the 2-1 from Wheeldryer. It's inside, 3-1 to Elijah Jackson. He still has a sinker. Changed the grip on that one as well. He calls it a 1-seam sinker is what he called it last year. Doesn't throw it a ton, but has it in his arsenal and has a slider as well. Wheeldryer is behind 3-1 to the first man he faces tonight, and then a fastball is bounced foul past Joey Wong in the third base coaching box. And a full count to Elijah Jackson, who may have broken his bat. Going over to Evan Scavato to ask for a new one, and we'll come back to the batter's box. Or maybe just wants to change because Scavato isn't throwing away the broken bat. He's just swapping him for a identical looking black wooden bat after swinging once and decides he wants a different instrument. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Nate Wheeldryer. The leadoff man. Wheeldryer into the wind, and a fastball swung on, in on the hand, slow roller. Mikey Kane running in. Fields has to throw fast and does so just in time to retire Elijah Jackson. Nate Wheeldryer gets behind 3-1, but gets a ground out and a leadoff put out of Elijah Jackson. Now Evan Scavato, the batter. Bend wearing the gold uniforms today, the gray pants, black batting helmets. Ridgefield in the black caps, maroon tops, and white pants. Nate Wheeldryer with his white cleats on the rubber from the wind against Evan Scavato. With 1 away and the base is empty. The high leg kick and a fastball for a strike to Scavato, who's hitting .358 on the summer, which is the highest batting average of any of the starters today. No Bo Sylvester in the lineup for the Elks today, the team leader in slugging percentage, getting the day off. The 0-1 from Nate Wheeldryer is a slider that drops below the zone. And ball 1 to Evan Scavato. Hitting well against Ridgefield this year, 7 for 17 so far, including 3 base hits on Tuesday and 2 more yesterday, including a home run. The 1-1 to Scavato, the slider that does not catch the high inside corner. And ball 2. Our home plate umpire tonight, Nick Hudlow. And in the field for this evening's festivities is Elijah Bester. Good crowd on hand here for this Thursday finale against the Bend Elks. Nate Wheeldryer from the wind, and a fastball gets a swing and a miss. And evens up the count at 2-2 to Evan Scavato. Playing his 40th game as a Bend Elk and got his first home run of the year yesterday. It was the go-ahead run. And Bend did not relinquish that lead, went on to claim victory yesterday, 7-3, the final score. That evened up the series at 1 win apiece. Nate Wheeldryer has 2 strikes on Evan Scavato. Back to the wind, and the right-hander throws a fastball, grounded towards third. Travis Welker waits for the second bounce, throws across, easily in time. 2 ground outs for Nate Wheeldryer, and he retires the first 2 men he sees. That's the other change, he said. Main difference from last summer when he was already pitching pretty well for the Raptors. And this summer, he says, I was a big fly ball guy, especially the 4-seam fastball. A lot of balls hit in the air. This year, getting more sink on the fastball through the changeup that drops. A lot of guys swing over. I'm getting a lot of ground balls now. And true to form, Nate Wheeldryer, 2 batters faced, 2 ground outs. Now, Brady Casper hits a ground ball. Jake Sukata fields running towards his left. Turns around, makes the throw in time. Nice play by Jake Sukata to cover a lot of ground at second base and puts away Brady Casper for the out. 3 ground balls, and Nate Wheeldryer gets them all for outs to 3 different infielders. Through a half inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, it's the Bend Elks 0 and the Ridgefield Raptors coming up.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Well, leading off today for the Ridgefield Raptors is Jake Sukata. Followed by Travis Welker and Jacob Sharp in this lineup for Chris Cota's crew, trying to win a series against the Bend Elks. Ridgefield had never lost a series to the Elks until this year. Here in the third season for the Raptors. Sukata takes the first pitch from Jack Slominski, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. 3 out, 3 down for Nate Wheeldryer in the top half of the first inning. And now the Raptors with their first at-bat in the home first. 0-1 is Sukata, a breaking ball outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Ridgefield played 3 series against Bend last year, played 2 series the season prior, and won all 5 of them. And was on a 14-game win streak against the Elks this year. Sukata rips the ball to right field, but playable for Casper, who actually make a late jump and does make the catch, running laterally, and then nearly had to go over his head, had to make a little hop, and put his glove over his cap and made the grab. And retires Jake Sukata. Well hit ball, but he is down for out number 1. And Travis Welker, the batter, with his .328 batting average to his name. Bottom of the first and no score. Last year, Ridgefield going 9-0 against the Bend Elks. This year, Bend much more competitive. Not just over the whole summer. They were good last year. A pretty similar record this year. In fact, a little better for both teams this summer compared to last. First pitch is a ball to Travis Welker. And then the slider misses down and away, 2-0. Both teams last year finished 26 and 22. Ended up tied. And Ridgefield made the playoffs via a tiebreaker last summer. And this year, both teams slightly better winning percentage. 2-0 pitch is ripped down the left field line. A fair ball. Welker lands it just inside the left field chalk. He is digging for second base. He will get in there easily. A 1-out stand-up double for Travis Welker. Torches one into the corner. And he gets his 6th double of the year. Down the left field line. And he's the first base runner of the day for either team. And he is in scoring position. Now Jacob Sharp, the batter. He's got plenty of doubles himself, just like Welker. He's got 10 of them on the year. Not to mention 10 home runs, which does lead the league. Nobody has 9. A couple players have 8. He has 10. Bottom of the first, and he takes his first swing. A high fly ball to right field. Brady Casper coming over, should have a play on it. Welker's going to tag and take 1 step off the base and hold. Good throw from Casper. And Welker stays put. 1 pitch, and Jacob Sharp is retired by the right fielder Brady Casper. So it's up to Safea Mawai to try to record the RBI. As Welker doubled with 1 out, but 1 pitch later, 2 down. And Safea Mawai is up next. Left-handed batter, .381 average for the Hilo Hawaii product. Been playing basically this whole summer for Ridgefield. Swings and fouls it away. Came back from a hamstring issue and seems no worse for the wear. He seems just as limber and speedy and powerful at the plate as he has from the beginning of the season. Safea Mawai has been fun to watch all year long. 7 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. Got the triple against Bend and is the only triple for the Ridgefield Raptors this summer. The 0-1 from Slominski is a breaking ball. Mawai pops it in a shallow right center field, but Michael Ball drifts back. Was already playing deep into the right center turf, and he makes the catch to put the Raptors away in the first inning. 1 hit, 1 left on. Welker has a double, but it does not lead to a run. And the Raptors go scoreless in the first inning. No score for either squad. We head to the second inning. Nate Wheeldryer back out there. Stay with us.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
A blowout win for the Ridgefield Raptors on Tuesday to begin this series. And then yesterday, Bend came back for some revenge. 7 runs on 12 hits for the Elks yesterday. Ridgefield managed 3 runs on 9 hits. Both teams scored in the first inning, and then Bend pulled ahead in the 3rd inning and never trailed from that point on. Ridgefield did get their first 3 guys to reach base in the bottom of the 9th inning to make it interesting. And looked like they might formulate a comeback, but scored 1 run in the 9th, but nothing more. And ultimately lost 7-3. So the series is even. Bend winning yesterday 7-3. No big innings yesterday. Bend scored in 5 different innings, always 1 or 2 runs each time. And Ridgefield drops to 25-18. Bend 25-19. Leadoff man here is Riley Casper in a scoreless game. Into the 2nd inning. Nate Wheeldryer tosses in a fastball inside, and ball 1 to Riley Casper. It was 2 home runs, 3 doubles. Following his brother in the lineup now, Brady, the younger brother, bats 3rd, and Riley is hitting cleanup today for the Elks. 1 ball, no strikes from Nate Wheeldryer. Fastball hit on the ground, 3rd base side. Welker dives for it, can't get it, but it doesn't matter. Foul ball, and a 1-1 count. Bend Elks coached by a couple of former Beavers, Joey Wong, Tyler Graham, 2 of the coaches alongside Danny Sales and Aaron Matthews. Tyler Graham, who played for the Beavers finishing out in 2006. Joey Wong, who came in 07, so they did not overlap, but they both do share a couple things in common. The 1-1 pitch is down and in, ball 2. They are both national champions. As the Beavers went back-to-back in 06-07, Tyler Graham made the final out. He was the center fielder in that championship game against North Carolina and made the catch in center field that won the national championship for Oregon State in 06. The 2-1 pitch, a broken bat blooper towards Mikey Kane. It's over his head and into shallow left center field. A broken bat base hit for Riley Casper. You don't see broken bat fly balls going that far, not very often. And that one got over the shortstop's head into left center field, and a base knock for Riley Casper brings up Isaiah Burke with nobody out. So after Tyler Graham finished his college career in 2006 by making the final out, he went on to play professional baseball and had a short stint in the major leagues, just a few games, but played for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The very spring after he made the catch to win the national championship, Joey Wong came in, was a stud middle infielder alongside Darwin Barney for the Beavers in 07. First pitch to Burke is on the down in corner, strike 1. Overlapping the 2 of them, the starting catcher in both 06 and 07 was Mitch Canham, who is now the head coach at Oregon State. And so he has some of his players with the Bend Elks, and his former teammates are coaching the Elks, Tyler Graham and Joey Wong. 0-1 breaking ball is inside, ball 1. So Brady Casper, for example, plays for Oregon State. Wilson Weber, yesterday's starting pitcher, Braden Boisvert. Javen Trotsky also on the lineup. And Paul Myro, though he is transferring to UNLV, but he played for Oregon State last year. The 1-1 from Wheeldryer's hit in on the hand. Shallow pop-up, Mikey Kane running back, and no man's land, it falls for another base hit. Riley Casper gets into second. 2 straight bloopers. Little Texas leaguers. We may be in Washington, but that does the job. 2 straight. Nobody out. Runners in first and second. And now Wilson Weber, the batter. Field playing fairly deep, a wind blowing out towards right field, as it always seems to do here in the Rourke. A lot of home runs to right field, rarely to left. Some to center field, more than most parks, but not a ton. Over the batter's eye in center field. Riley Casper stealing third. The throw will go to second. Sukata can't get the tag on the trail runner Burke. If the throw is in time, probably would have gotten him, but both runners steal on Riley Casper's great jump, getting into third. And both runners will get a stolen base. And now 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. Casper had an absurd jump on Wheel Dryer, and give him credit because that was his first pitch he had seen from second base. He had already timed up Wheel Dryer. Now the 1-0 to Wilson Weber is hit foul on the first base side, and a 1-1 count. So Nate Wheel Dryer, who got 3 ground ball outs in the first inning, then gets 2 pop-ups in the second, but they both land in shallow left center or center field, no man's land, both for base hits. And now runners in scoring position, a pair of them, and there's nobody out. No score, top of the second. Wheel Dryer from the stretch, and the 1-1 is inside. Ball 2 to Wilson Weber, who's hitting .311 for the Elks. Chance to break out this series. He had 8 hits in the first series against Ridgefield, 8 for 11, but just 1 hit this series so far. 1 for 4 yesterday. A single and a walk, also struck out 3 times. 2 balls and a strike to Wilson Weber, and he swings a ground ball towards second. Sukata will go to first, and a run scores. Riley Casper gets a leadoff broken bat single, and thanks to his stolen base of third, he scores. Otherwise, that could have been a double play ball if not for the stolen bases, and it scores a run. RBI ground out for Wilson Weber. And that's the first run of the game. Ben takes a 1-0 lead. And Isaiah Burke advances to third base on the sequence. Jude Hall is the batter. Corner infielders playing in, middle infielders playing at the back of the infield. Sukata playing towards the right side, the second baseman away from second base. First pitch is outside from Nate Wheel Dryer to Jude Hall. A .254 batting average for Hall. He's from Yavapai College. Left-handed hitter. Man on third and 1 out. Ben trying to make it a crooked number here in the second inning. The 1-0 pitch hit high to shallow left field. Doyle Kane has a long run. He'll give way to his brother, Mikey Kane, in shallow left. Makes the catch. And a big pop out to make 2 outs on the board for Nate Wheel Dryer. Now a better chance to allow just 1 run this inning. It's up to Alex Soul. So his first at bat as a Bend Elk will come with a man 90 feet away. He's the left fielder today for the Bend Elks, making his debut. Joins the team out of Mount Hood Community College. And Nate Wheel Dryer will try to put him away here in the second inning. Wheel Dryer throws inside on the slider. Ball 1 to Alex Soul. He did play in Bend this weekend, but not for the Bend Elks. He was playing for Northwest Star Academy, the feeder team based here in Ridgefield that Ridgefield also faces here. And he was playing for the Nighthawks against the Bend Elks. Now joins his former opponent. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. And Alex Soul has a 1-1 count. It's a great Mount Hood Community College slugger. Hit .385 for the Saints this spring with 14 doubles for a really good team out of the NWAC, a wood bat league, and so familiar with the wood bat instruments like here in the West Coast League. 1-1 from Nate Wheel Dryer. Comes home with a changeup that's grounded towards Travis Welker. Has a chance to end the inning. He throws to first and does retire the side. Well, 2 straight singles and then stolen bases. It was runners on second and third, nobody out. And although Wheel Dryer does give up 1 run in the sequence, it could have been a lot worse. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Bend Elks into the bottom of the second.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Doyle Kane to lead off for the Ridgefield Raptors in the bottom of the second. A one-run deficit for Ridgefield. Jack Slominski back to the mound and a slider for a strike to begin the bottom of the second. Ben scores a run on an RBI ground out in the top half of the second inning. And now it's up to Ridgefield to come back here. Doyle Kane grounds a ball on the third base side. A two-hopper to Evan Scavato. And the Portland Pilot throws across and puts away Doyle Kane on the leadoff ground out. One away, Riley McCarthy to the plate here in the second inning. 1-0 deficit. Ben getting two straight base hits to open up last inning and turned it into a run. As Ridgefield tries to avoid a third straight series loss. They have not been swept all year, nor have the Bend Elks, and that will not change today. Both teams have already won a game this series. Bottom of the second, and McCarthy takes a pitch down and away. Pretty impressive. Last year, Ridgefield was a good team, but they did get swept a couple of times. 4 times, if I remember correctly. Yakima Valley, Corvallis twice, and Bellingham once. Ridgefield has played all 4 of those teams this year, has not been swept by any of them. In fact, won a series against Corvallis. McCarthy takes a pitch outside. It's 2-0. Speaking of Corvallis and Bend and the playoff implications, it's a big one today as McCarthy takes inside ball 3. Bend is 1 half game behind Ridgefield, so the Elks could leapfrog Ridgefield if the Raptors don't win today, or Ridgefield could put themselves a game and a half ahead of Bend. But Ridgefield does need to win to get the tie 3 games apiece against the Elks. Called strike, it's 3-1. Ridgefield has beaten Bend twice. Bend has 3 wins. So Ridgefield 2-3 against Bend. If they win today, the teams will have split the 6 games over the summer, so the tiebreaker would be even. 3-1 to McCarthy is inside ball 4. A 1-out walk for Riley McCarthy. And that'll bring up Henry Mensch, his Portland Pilot teammate. Batting 7th and playing right field today. It's Henry Mensch's first start as a Ridgefield Raptor. Had a pinch hit walk last night in the 9th inning. So the tiebreaker, let's say Ridgefield and Bend ended up tied. The tiebreaker is head-to-head record, but if Ridgefield wins today, the head-to-head record would be equal as McCarthy gets back on a pickoff. Then the next tiebreaker is the record against the first half winner. Whatever team won the first half, what's your record against that team? That team is Corvallis. As Henry Mensch takes outside ball 1. So whatever team has a better record against Corvallis, that team would get into the playoffs. And both of these teams actually beat Corvallis 2 games out of 3. And so that is also tied, but they both will play Corvallis again. And so that will be the tiebreaker. Of course, all that's if Ridgefield wins. And even all that is mostly unimportant because these teams probably won't tie each other. Ridgefield is going to play 1 fewer game than Bend, and so they probably won't tie. As Mensch almost got hit by that pitch. It's inside 2-0. Unless Bend has a weather postponement and cancellation or some sort of game that doesn't get played, then there's no way Ridgefield and Bend will end up tied. So this game's still important, but not so much for the tie-breaking purposes. Bottom of the second, the 2-0, and Mensch again watches it low, ball 3. It's his 3rd plate appearance as a Raptor. A strikeout and a walk in his Raptors career. Now, perhaps he'll put the ball in play for the first time, but he's probably taking on this pitch. The 3-0 is a called strike on the outside. Middle infielders towards the bag. Outfield playing straight up to Henry Mensch. Spent 1 year so far for the Portland Pilots. Started 18 games this spring on the Bluff. 3-1 to Henry Mensch. A slider that clips off of his shoulder and a hit by pitch. Henry Mensch, a free pass. That pushes Riley McCarthy to second base. Back-to-back free passes, and now Alex Sepulveda, the batter. With one out, tying run at second. Alex Sepulveda with a .225 batting average. Playing his 21st game now for the Raptors. Having a good week so far. On Sunday, he had 3 hits against Cowlitz in 3 at-bats. Came in as a pinch runner and went 3 for 3 the rest of the game. And then on Monday, had a triple against the Redmond Dudes. Runners on first and second. The first pitch to Sepulveda is outside for a ball. I asked him a couple days ago, when's the last time you had a triple? It's not too often for most guys. He said, well, actually, I got one this spring. He was playing for LA Mission College in the Western State Conference, a JUCO, down in SoCal, and had a triple back in April. It was his most recent 3-bagger. The 1-0 to Sepulveda is high and outside, ball 2. It wasn't just that he had a triple. Listen to what Alex Sepulveda did back in April against West LA. He had a double in the first inning, another double in the second inning, then hit a home run in his third at-bat. Then he popped out, then had a single, which meant when he tripled in his last at-bat, it completed the cycle. Last time he hit a triple, hit for the cycle a couple months ago. 2-0 is a grounder towards third. High chopper fielded by the third baseman Scavato. Goes to second base, and the turn is not in time. It's a fielder's choice, 2 down, and Sepulveda beats it out to continue the inning. It's now runners on the corners with Mikey Kane coming up. So a 5-4 fielder's choice, and Sepulveda at first. Mensch is forced out. McCarthy to third, and Mikey Kane the batter. Riley McCarthy representing the tying run here. In the bottom of the second inning, a 1-0 game. And Mikey Kane looking for his 26th RBI. Shortstop playing just to the left of the hole, left the normal, Elijah Jackson. Second baseman playing up the middle. First pitch to Kane is a check swing. It was in the dirt. And it looks like he did hold back ball 1. They do appeal and no swing. 1-0. Yet again, Riley McCarthy and I joking about his streak. He's at third base, 90 feet away from scoring. The tying run. He has not scored in a game, however, since July 10th. Been a long time since he's touched home plate. The runner's going on the 1-0. It's taken for a strike. Sepulveda into second, and the throw is in time. McCarthy comes home, but the run will not count. And the inning is over as Alex Sepulveda is caught stealing. And yet again, Riley McCarthy is stranded at third base. He has reached now 15 times, including his walk. And all 15 times he has either been stranded or put out or whatever it may be. But he has not scored. And that does not change here as the Raptors get 2 men aboard but ultimately do not score. And we're done with 2 innings. We head to the third. The Elks leading 1-0.
A .380 batting average is like using Dawn as your mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started. 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors!
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Help maximize your mileage with a free safety check. Just swing by. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Applies to passenger cars, SUVs, and light trucks only.
Two innings in the books, And the Bend Elks back to the plate here as they try to extend their lead over the Ridgefield Raptors. Just a 1-0 ball game. And to the third inning, both teams will bring up their 9-hole hitter to lead off in the third. We start with the Elks and Michael Ball. Both 9-hole hitters for each of these teams named Michael. They're both hitting ninth, and both will lead off this inning. Michael Ball, Mikey Kane, and Michael, the second baseman from Nevada Reno. Right-handed batter against right-handed pitcher to begin the third. Bend leading 1-0. Wheel dryer from the wind. And the first pitch from Nate is swung on. Ground ball to Mikey Kane. The fellow 9-hole hitter comes up with it, throws to first in time. One pitch and a ground out from one Michael to another. And there's one out here in the third. Elijah Jackson, the batter. Facing Nate Wheeldryer, originally from Auburn, Washington, still lives there during the summer, in fact. Made the drive today from Auburn over to Ridgefield for a second start of the summer for the Ridgefield Raptors. Made 6 starts last year. At the time, he was at the University of Washington and is now at Gonzaga. He was in the transfer portal at the beginning of the year and found his new home later on in the summer. First pitch to Jackson's a breaking ball, didn't miss by much. But it did miss, according to Nick Hudlow, ball 1. Had a 3.29 ERA last summer for the Raptors, then has pitched 1 year so far for Mark Machtolf and the Gonzaga Bulldogs. The 1-0 from Wheeldryer, another breaking ball. This one fouled back, 1-1. Wheeldryer really enjoyed his time at Gonzaga, saying he really liked the coaches, just seeing the teamwork there and just everything behind the scenes, just loved everything about it. And just 1 year, though, so far, and they're basically losing their whole weekend rotation. A lot of guys getting drafted from Gonzaga, a lot of pitchers into the pro ranks. Gabriel Hughes picked really high in the draft this year. As Jackson pops it up, shallow center field, Sepulveda coming in, chops his feet, makes a step to the side, and does make the catch in shallow center. 2 down here in the third inning. Gabriel Hughes, the Gonzaga Bulldog player who was drafted 10th overall, and he opens up a spot in the starting rotation. Nate Wheeldryer, depending on how he does this summer and in fall ball and into the spring season for the Bulldogs, could have a chance to become one of their main arms for the Bulldogs this upcoming year. Getting some work here for the Raptors. Now facing Scavato, and Evan takes a ball inside, ball 1. Made 6 appearances on the year for Gonzaga this spring in his first year for the Bulldogs. Just had 9 innings. He did allow 8 earned runs, but more than half of them were to Oregon State in 1 appearance, which kind of elevated his numbers. The 1-0 from Wheeldryer is off the plate, ball 2. Fun fact about that game, April 18th, 2022, just this spring, and the first RBI that day, Wheeldryer had his roughest performance of the year. He pitched pretty well for Gonzaga, just not that day against Oregon State. The first RBI that day for the Beavers was by Justin Boyd, former Ridgefield Raptor. Against Nate Wheeldryer, who did not overlap with Boyd at the Raptors. Boyd played in 2019. Wheeldryer played last year and this year. So next pitch is a strike. It's 2-1 from Nate Wheeldryer. 2 balls and a strike. Wheeldryer back on the line. The 2-1 is swung on. A 2-hopper to Jake Sukata. And will throw over to first in time. The weird part about that all is that Nate Wheeldryer, that April 18th game against Oregon State, and the Alex Sepulveda cycle I talked about last inning, they were on the same day, April 18th of this year. As Wheeldryer and Justin Boyd matched up against each other, and future Raptor Alex Sepulveda hit for the cycle. Good day for Raptors baseball, and a lot of guys playing. Now we head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 the lead for the Bend Elks.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, there's retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Trans diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Bottom half of the third inning from Southwest Washington. Final 3-game series of the year at home for the Ridgefield Raptors. Do have a game against the Corvallis Knights, a series with 2 of those 3 games at home. So after tonight, 2 more home games left in the year. Mikey Kane swings and fouls it back. And an 0-1 count from Jack Sleminski. Ridgefield trailing 1-0 in the third inning. The other part of home games, as mentioned, just 2 games left in the regular season. The nice thing about the playoff pictures, the 0-1 pitches laced foul down the left field side. Every team that makes the playoffs is guaranteed a home game. As the priorities for the West Coast League, you want the playoffs to be relatively fast. You're not trying to wait around for a month and a half to play, 3 different 7-game series, and that's not the point. But you also want every team to have some opportunities to get the fans in, see playoff baseballs. Mikey Kane bounces 1 foul. And I think the new playoff format accomplishes both of those things. New format this year. Last season, it was just 4 teams made the playoffs in a couple of 3-game series, semifinals and the division championship, and then the West Coast League championship. And that was fine. Nothing wrong with that. But now with 8 teams making it in, a little more flexibility. The 0-2 to Mikey Kane. He pops it up on the right side, tailing towards the seats. Casper giving chase, and it lands on the dugout. And a foul ball, 0-2. So this year, 4 teams from each division make it in. So now you got 3 rounds. And the West Coast League has decided to make the first round longer than the other 2, which means every team is guaranteed a home game because the first series is a best of 3. So both teams have a home game. So let's say Ridgefield has the lower seed of a divisional round matchup. They would get the first game at home and then on the road for game 2 and game 3 if necessary. And then the divisional championship and the West Coast League championship are 1-game playoffs. As Kane checks his swing, did go around. No appeal. Nick Hudlow just makes the call. And strike 3 swinging. Mike Kane is down. It was close to him going around. I'm just surprised Hudlow didn't ask for an appeal. And Mikey Kane is put away to lead off the third inning. Jake Sukata comes up with 1 away in the home third inning, down by 1. One time through the order for Jack Sleminski. He allowed 1 hit, a walk, and a hit by pitch. No runs. Sukata takes a breaking ball beneath the zone, ball 1. So the second series of the year are the playoffs, and the third series, which is the championship. Those are just 1 game, so winner take all. Leno Sukata takes it down, ball 2. And the home field advantage for that one would be determined by whatever team has a better record in the overall regular season. So let's say Ridgefield gets in with the lowest record of the playoff teams. They get 1 home game, and then no, they wouldn't get any more, but you get at least 1. And so that's the beneficial part. And then it doesn't last very long. The whole postseason should take a week, basically. Next pitch is a strike to make it 2-1 from Jack Sleminski. Under the sun here in Ridgefield. 2-1 pitch is down, ball 3. Good patience from Sukata to lay off the pitches, dropping below the zone. Another warm day here in Ridgefield. Not quite as hot as yesterday, but still pretty up there in terms of the temperatures. Hit a high today of 93. The 3-1 heater is another ball. Jake Sukata draws a walk. And a 1-out base on balls, just like last inning. Riley McCarthy drew a 1-out walk and was stranded at third. Now a 1-out walk for Sukata. And it's up to Travis Welker to try to advance him. Still 88 degrees here in Ridgefield. Sunset at 8:44 tonight. We'll get all the way down to a frigid 62 tonight, but by the time this game ends, we will still be high 70s. First pitch to Welker is down in the turf, ball 1. Jacob Sharp on deck. Travis Welker at the plate. Was a double today. He's having a second at bat now. Just snapped a 5-game hit streak yesterday. Throw over to first, and Sukata got back, just barely, diving in. Welker had a great day on Tuesday, went 3 for 5, but then yesterday 0 for 5. 2 ground outs, 3 flyouts. The 1-0 with the runner going. Sukata stealing, and Welker places it on the ground past the diving Scavato. Base hit. On a hit and run, and Welker makes it work. A single through the left side, and he's 2 for 2 today. And the Raptors are in business. Runners on first and second, and Jacob Sharp to the plate. Sharp, who's hitting .358 on the year, looking for his 30th RBI, and it would tie the game if he can notch it. Runner in scoring position is Sukata. Welker behind him. 1 out, bottom of the third. Jacob Sharp with a home run earlier this series, his 10th of the year. First pitch to him is taken. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Jackson Fields goes to the second baseman. Ball throws to first in time. And Jacob Sharp grounds into a 6-4-3 twin killing, and that ends the inning. 2 straight innings, Ridgefield had runners in first and second with 1 out, and they do not score in either of those innings. 1 hit, 1 left on, no errors, and no runs for the Ridgefield Raptors. We are done with 3 innings from the Rourke. Bend leads at 1-0.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, course retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
At Dick Hanna Dealerships, we're proud to welcome everyone back to support our local Ridgefield Raptors. At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice. Now let's play ball. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Nate Wheeldryer back to the hill for the Ridgefield Raptors after 3 complete innings so far. Through the first 3 innings at the Rourke here in Ridgefield, Washington, the Bend Elks have 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. And the Ridgefield Raptors, no runs on 2 hits and no errors. Nate Wheeldryer will face the middle of the order. Brady Casper, Riley Casper, and Isaiah Burke will be the scheduled hitters. In the 21st game ever between these 2 squads. Obviously not the exact same players over the years. A lot of turnover, but for what it's worth. A lot of the same coaches, especially for Ridgefield. Same uniforms, fans, and oftentimes same sort of atmosphere and team priorities, all that for what it's worth. And Ridgefield has a heavy lead in the all-time series. 16-4 are the Raptors against the Elks all-time. Brady Casper, who was part of the Raptors last year, going 9-0 against the Bend Elks. And now playing for Bend, they have an upper hand 3-2. 3 wins, 2 losses against Ridgefield this year. So he's gone where the winds go. The 1-0 from Wheeldryer is the 2-seamer just off the plate, ball 2 to Brady Casper. Who made his debut just before the Bend games last year, going over to Central Oregon. So he got to play at Vince Guenna Stadium and now makes it his home this year. The 2-0 to the Oregon State Beaver is fouled away. And a 2-1 count from Nate Wheeldryer. Nate had a really good debut last year. His first game for the Ridgefield Raptors a summer ago. drove into Ridgefield the day of his first start and faced Yakima Valley, a team that went on to make the championship series. Here's the 2-1 breaker. It's away for ball 3. Top of the 4th, a 1-0 lead for the Elks. Wheeldryer came in against a really good Yakima Valley team that had swept Ridgefield in the first series, and then second series came in and Wheeldryer just started out on a really hot streak, retired the first 11 batters that he faced in his debut. Here's the 3-1 from Wheeldryer. It is taken on the outside corner, full count. The 12th the batter that Wheeldryer faced that day a year ago, the 12th guy, hit a fly ball that was lost in the sun, went for a double, and ultimately led to 3 earned runs that day off of Wheeldryer. But he pitched pretty well that day and over the whole summer. Here's the payoff pitch to Casper. It is taken low, and ball 4. A leadoff walk for Brady Casper on 6 pitches, and it brings up his brother Riley Casper. Brady has spent 2 years in college, both at Oregon State. He is going back to OSU this year. Riley, meanwhile, is transferring. He's headed to Cal State Bakersfield for his first and I believe only year with the Roadrunners. Just has 1 more year of eligibility. Will be his 3rd college he has played for. They're both originally from Mission Viejo. First pitch to the older brothers, a liner to Sukata, steps on the bag, throws to first in time. A hit and run, and the Raptors still get a double play out of it. As Brady was stealing, Wheeldryer almost got pegged in the head by the line drive. It goes over him to Sukata. He snags it on the bounce, was already near second base, and goes to first for the double play. A 4-3 twin killing on a hit and run, and both Caspers are put out on the same sequence. Isaiah Burke, the batter, with 2 down. How often do you get a double play where brothers are put out? Did the Griffeys ever do? Well, that's a father-son combo, but have you ever had 2 family members in MLB put out on a double play on the same sequence? I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. It happens here with the Casper brothers put away. Isaiah Burke, the batter. Nate Wheeldryer comes home with the 0-1 breaking ball. That's hit foul over the netting behind home plate. And an 0-2 count from Wheeldryer, who could face the minimum here despite a leadoff walk. 1-0 lead for the Bend Elks from Nate Wheeldryer. 6'1", 190-pounder out of Gonzaga, trying to finish out in the 4th inning. The 0-2 is taken high, ball 1 to Isaiah Burke, who singled in the 2nd inning, was stranded at 3rd base, but did advance a runner who ultimately scored. So he played a role in the 1-0 lead that the Bend Elks have. 1-2 the count from Wheeldryer. Swung on and missed. First strikeout of the day for Nate Wheeldryer. And he ends the 4th inning facing the minimum. Gets a double play and a strikeout along the way. And pitches a scoreless 4th. Into the bottom half of the 4th inning, the Ridgefield Raptors lead it by a score, or pardon me, the Bend Elks lead it. A score of 1-0 here in Ridgefield.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Well, Ridgefield has a margin to make up for, but the slimmest of margins, a 1-0 ball game in a contest between the top two teams in the league in offense, number 1 and number 2 in runs per game. So I have a feeling 1-0 will not be the final score, or if it is, it'll be quite the interesting game. But it is 1-0 right now. Safea Mawai to lead off the bottom of the 4th against Jack Sleminski, and he swings through the first pitch. It's 0-1 to Safea, hitting .381, and he went 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI single in the first inning to tie it. 0-1 pitch, he chases it and can't scoop it out of the turf. Strike 2. On the series, he comes in 4 for 6, plus 3 walks, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs for Safea Mawai. Good series against the Bend Elks. Left-handed batter at the 0-2. It's high. Ball 1 from Jack Sleminski. Sleminski pitched against Ridgefield last year as returning Bend Elk. Although his memories of Ridgefield may not be particularly kind to him. The 1-2 to Mawai is a roller to the second baseman. Michael Ball runs in, has to wait to throw to first. And Riley gets on the bag, and the putout made just in time. Mawai almost beat it out as Riley Casper was late to the bag. Maybe thought he might have to go field that ball and was playing well behind first base. But he does just get there in time, and it's a ground out. 1 away in the 4th. Down by 1, and Doyle Kane to the plate in the 4th inning. Sleminski entered in a game June 15th, 2021, just over a year ago. His pitch to Doyle Kane hits him in the shoulder, and Doyle is hurt or on the wrist area. And Doyle is in some pain here. Crouched over, and it was somewhere on the arm, maybe the wrist or back of the hand. And on the very first pitch that Doyle Kane sees, looked like it might have hit bone. He's clutching the wrist. Mason Trees Eyes, the trainer out there with Chris Cota, the head coach. And Doyle's going to stay in. Good to see. I hope he's good enough not just to run, but to grip a bat. And most importantly, that it's not a long-term issue. Hopefully just stung a bit and didn't cause any trouble. And after about a 20-second chat, he jogs to first base. So a hit by pitch. And for the 3rd straight inning, the leadoff man gets out, and the second man gets a free pass. The last 2 innings, the next guy also got on via either a single or a hit by pitch. Riley McCarthy, the batter. He swings through the changeup, 0-1 to Riley. So Sleminski, who entered June 15th last year in Vince Guenna Stadium against the Raptors. Ridgefield had scored 3 runs to take the lead in the 8th inning, but then Ben scored 3 runs to take the lead right back. The 0-1 to McCarthy's up and tight, ball 1. So Ben went from 1 run down to a 2-run lead, and then just needed to finish the 9th inning with a 2-run advantage. And Sleminski came in after the first batter reached, then he entered, so he inherited the runner at first, nobody out, in the 9th inning. 1-1 pitch, it's down and away to McCarthy, 2-1. So all he had to do is get 3 outs and make sure 2 runs didn't score. But Reese Hernandez for the Raptors single. Tanner Jocks reached on an error. Dominic Enbody had the game-winning single into center field, and the Raptors scored 3 runs for the 2nd straight inning. And Jack Sleminski was the losing pitcher. And that helped Ridgefield lead to the sweep that series and go 9-0 against the Bend Elks last year. Sleminski, however, did face Ridgefield last week and pitched excellently. He misses outside here. It's 3-1 to McCarthy. 1 out, runner on first. From Jack Sleminski, who pitched 9 days ago against the Raptors. Did really well. There's the 3-1 to Riley. It's up and in and hit him. 2 straight hit by pitches. And Riley McCarthy takes one up near the neck area, kind of on the shoulder, top of the back. And back-to-back hit by pitches. McCarthy's okay, but in a dangerous spot up near his head. And that's going to put runners in first and second with 1 out. 3rd straight inning that Ridgefield has runners in first and second, 1 out. In the 2nd inning, they had a caught stealing and a fielder's choice to end the frame. Last inning, a double play ended the inning. This inning, we'll see what Henry Mensch can do. 1 out, first pitch, hard hit ground ball in between Chris Cota and the third base bag, foul. Henry Mensch, who got hit by a pitch in the second inning. He was the second guy to reach that inning, part of that runners in first and second, 1 out scenario, third straight inning. Ridgefield also back in the first inning had a man on second with 1 out. So all 3 innings, or every inning, all 4 innings, Ridgefield has a man in scoring position, 1 out, but have not scored any times yet. Mensch watches that slider outside, ball 1. Welker was stranded at second. McCarthy was stranded at third. Sukata was stranded at second. Now it's Doyle Kane at second. Riley McCarthy at first. McCarthy represents the go-ahead run. His college teammate Henry Mensch at the plate. Lofts a high pop-up on the breaking ball. Should get out of play. And it does land 3 rows deep. And will be a souvenir down on the third base side. One and 2 the count with 1 away. Well, that's nice to see. A kid got the foul ball and now hands it off to another kid who was racing for it. Good sportsmanship. There you go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Big pitch here from Slominski to Mensch. Swings and a fly ball to center field. Playable for Hall. Doyle King tags and does not advance. And now there's 2 outs. It's up to Alex Sepulveda. Ridgefield is stranded, a runner in scoring position every inning. They put the ball in play a lot. Only 1 strikeout today. And even that one was on a controversial check swing on Mikey Kane. Alex Sepulveda, the batter. Bottom of the 4th. 1-0 deficit. Sepulveda swings over the off-speed. Strike 1. And an 0-1 count to Alex Sepulveda out of Reseda, California. Transferring to College of the Canyons this year to play for Chris Cota. The 0-1 to Sepulveda, swung on, barreled up into center field. Hall coming in, he has to play it on a bounce. And then it goes over his head, all the way to the wall. Riley McCarthy is going to score. Sepulveda to third. The Raptors take the lead. Let's go, Riley McCarthy. And Sepulveda into third base. It's 2-1 Raptors. Riley McCarthy said, if I score today, I'm pointing towards you, Josh. He slides in, and true to his word, points up to the press box. He scores the go-ahead run. It was the first time in the last 16 times Riley McCarthy had reached base that he actually scores. And it's a big one, the go-ahead run in the 4th inning. Alex Sepulveda scores. Are we calling that an error or a triple, Cage? Going to triple, his second triple of the week. And Alex Sepulveda gets 2 RBIs out of it. Now Mikey Kane swings to the first pitch, a grounder, fielded by Jackson, the shortstop, throws to first, and in time, the inning is over. Well, a pretty crazy sequence. Alex Sepulveda bounces a base hit in front of Jude Hall. It hops over him to the wall, and Ridgefield gets 2 runs out of it. And the Raptors take a 2-1 lead through 4 innings.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban. Or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
A .380 batting average is like using Dawn as your mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started. 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors.
Well, clutch hitting finally comes through for the Ridgefield Raptors. Alex Sepulveda comes up with the go-ahead RBIs, a 2-run triple. And Ridgefield goes from a 1-run deficit to a 1-run lead. Into the 5th inning at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. It's the Raptors 2 and the Elks 1. Our thanks to one of our fine sponsors for the Ridgefield Raptors, Columbia Credit Union. Your community-minded financial cooperative serving Ridgefield and Vancouver since 1952. That is Columbia Credit Union. So Nate Wheeldryer pitching for the first time with a lead today. And Wilson Weber will be the batter. As an RBI today, the only run batted in for the Bend Elks on a ground out to the second baseman. Top of the 5th. Ridgefield outscoring Bend by 1, out hitting Bend by 1. Neither team has committed an error today. Nate Wheeldryer back to the wind. And the first pitch of the 5th inning is a swinging strike. Wilson Weber at the plate with a .311 batting average. Out of Oregon State, just got a couple at-bats for the Beavers this year. His first spring with Oregon State. Comes out of Gresham, Oregon, and went to Barlow High School. The 0-1 to Wilson Weber. Breaking ball, big cut, and a foul tip. 0-2 to Wilson Weber. Could have played more for the Beavers this year, but he broke a bone in his hand, the hamate bone, kind of near the base of your palm, and didn't get healthy until partway through the spring. And they also had a couple really good catchers. The 0-2 to Weber is high, ball 1. Tanner Smith, who played in the West Coast League last year, and Gavin Logan, who was actually a Bend Elk last year, got drafted this year, played for Oregon State, was kind of their main catcher. He and Tanner Smith shared duties. And now Wilson Weber comes back to the West Coast League and will go back to Oregon State this year. 1-2 pitch. He hits it a soft roller, third base side. Welker runs in, throws to first in time. Not hard hit, and Welker had a long way to go, but he makes the running throw and puts away Wilson Weber. A leadoff put out, and Jude Hall comes up next. Hall had a tough time in center field last inning. Hard to blame him. The turf field plays bouncy, and he came in on a fly ball that was going to score 1 run if he didn't catch it, and so he had to run in fast to maybe make the catch and then realized he didn't have a chance to grab it, and then the hop summited him and went all the way to right field. Now he whacks a ball to right field. That's got a chance, and that is gone. Right after Jude Hall, unable to snag a ball in center field to give up the lead, he makes up for it with a first pitch solo 1-out home run, his 3rd dinger of the year, and this ball game is tied again. A line drive screamer to the right center wall. And Jude Hall smashes one to right center field. And it's 2-2 between the Raptors and the Elks. Out of the 7 hole, Jude Hall provides a run for the Bend Elks. Now it's Alex Soul to the plate and takes a strike in the inside corner. Out of Yavapai College, Jude Hall gets the home run. 1 out, bases empty, and a 2-2 tie. Same line score for both teams. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. The 0-1 offering from Nate Wheeldryer, breaking ball. That misses up and in. And 1-1 to Alex Soul, who was 0 for 1 in his Bend career, his debut today. Playing for Mount Hood Community College. The 1-1 pitch is inside, ball 2. Playing in the NWAC, Mount Hood had a good year this year, made the playoffs, advanced to the championship, and ultimately fell to Lynn Benton Community College in the NWAC title game. They went 37-18 on the year, did the Saints. Soul at the plate. The 2-1 is at the bottom of the zone, strike 2 to Alex Soul. Michael Ball on deck, 1 out, bases empty. Nate Wheeldryer trying to make sure Ridgefield at least can come up to the plate next inning with a tie score. Not give up any more damage here. 2-2 to Alex Soul. Breaking ball, gets a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Wheeldryer's second punch out of the day. And 2 out with the bases empty for the 9-hole hitter, Michael Ball. Grounded out on the first pitch back in the third inning to the shortstop. And now comes up with 2 down and nobody on. Ridgefield won the series opener this series on Tuesday, 10-1. Cruised to the wire-to-wire victory. But then lost yesterday 7-3. Here's the fastball, high and in, ball 1. The 10th straight series that Ridgefield has started out the series with a win. 10 straight. And almost more surprising than that is that they have only completed a sweep once. They've won 9 series so far this year. 1-0 pitch is down, ball 2. They've lost the last 2 series, even despite winning the opener. And they could, for the 3rd time in a row, go win, loss, loss in a series. Ben, for their own part, is also just 1 sweep all year long. Both of these teams have a good record, but they have not been sweeping teams. Just a lot of 2-1 series. Michael Ball bounces the next pitch foul. It's 2-1 with 2 down. Ben's sweep was on the very first series of the year. They swept Wenatchee and have not swept a team since then. Despite that, they still are 6 games over 500. Whereas Ridgefield is 7 games over the 500 mark. 2 balls and a strike from Nate Wheeldryer. The righty comes back to the plate with a fastball in, ball 3. 3-1. Ridgefield got the sweep earlier this year, just a few weeks ago. Raptors almost swept the Corvallis Knights. Couldn't quite complete that sweep, but then the Raptors did take 3 from Bellingham, which was the top team in the league at the time. 3-1 pitch is in for a strike. 3-2 is the count from Nate Wheeldryer. Payoff pitch with 2 down, and the base is empty from Nate Wheeldryer. Looking into Jacob Sharp, his battery mate. Comes to the plate with a breaking ball payoff. Fouled back. We'll do it all over again. Corvallis beating Springfield right now 6-0. Ridgefield will play both of those teams in the next week. Springfield next and Corvallis next week. Walla Walla and Portland will close their series today. Portland winning yesterday to stay in 2nd place in the division. Ridgefield right behind him. Here's the payoff from Wheeldryer. Spikes it, ball 4. And a 2-out walk to Michael Ball. Elijah Jackson will be next. With 1 on, 2 outs. Wheeldryer, who threw 57 pitches in his debut a week ago, is now up to 64 pitches today. Trying to complete the 5th inning here. Might be his last inning of work. Sam Boyle is jogging out to the bullpen. Two outs, man on first. Sukata playing towards the middle of the infield. First pitch, Jackson hits it hard to right field. Right fielder Mensch going back. That ball is into the bullpen and gone. A 2-out walk on a payoff pitch that was just low. And the very next pitch is hit out of the ballpark and a 2-run home run for Elijah Jackson. And the Bend Elks score 3 runs in the inning, all on home runs. Jude Hall with a solo shot and Elijah Jackson with a 2-run dinger. And the Bend Elks now lead at 4-2. Evan Scavano will be the batter. With the bases empty here and 2 outs. In a 3-run inning for the Elks, coming back after giving up 2 last inning. But score 3 here. Scavano hits a little blooper in a shallow center field. Sepulveda coming in and on the run makes the catch. And the inning is over. 2 home runs in the frame. And the second one hurt. They both do. One of them tied it. And the second one right after the inning was nearly over. And then a 2-run home run. And that's the difference right now. And Elijah Jackson with the go-ahead dinger. And the Bend Elks lead at 4-2 into the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Ridgefield Main Street supports the Raptors and is dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. See you downtown and at ridgefieldmainstreet.com.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only four-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
It started out as a pitcher's duel, but we figured in a game between the top two run-scoring teams in the West Coast League, it probably wasn't going to stay a 1-0 ball game. The offense heating up here. Halfway through the contest, Jake Sukata begins the bottom of the fifth inning at the plate. Ridgefield now trailing 4-2. First pitch is outside Sukata from Jack Slominski. The 1-0 pitch gets a swing and a miss on the changeup, and it's 1-1. 5 runs scored in the last pair of half innings. Ridgefield with 2 in the fourth. And Ben comes back the next half inning to get those runs back, plus 1 more. 1-1, Sukata lofts it foul over the third base side. And it's 1-2. Pair of home runs. Ben scored 3 runs on 2 hits, both of those hits homers. And another runner scored who had walked. Ridgefield scored 2 runs. Both guys had reached on hit by pitches. They both score on the triple by Alex Sepulveda. Now Sukata takes down ball 2. A pair of balls and strikes to Jake Sukata, hitting .338 on the summer. A slider that has some pretty good break on it, but stays outside. Ball 3 to Sukata. It was a fly out today and a hard hit liner to the right fielder Casper and a walk. A payoff pitch to Jake Sukata, swung on, a bouncer past Slominski, backhanded by Ball, turns and throws to first, and gets Sukata by a step, 1 away. Travis Welker will be next. Travis is 2 for 2, a single and a double. Has not scored today, gotten stranded in scoring position after his double and got stranded at first in the third inning. Actually was put out on a double play to close that frame. And now steps in trying to get on base and score with Jacob Sharp on deck. Welker hacks at the first pitch and hits it off the hands at foul. Down the first baseline, 0-1 to Travis Welker. .328 batting average, got a 6th double of the year earlier. 19 RBIs, been walking a lot, 17 walks on the summer, and playing his 37th game for the Ridgefield Raptors. Joined us after the first week when we went to Canada and been with us ever since. Welker takes down and away, ball 1 to the Fresno State infielder. It's their main shortstop this spring and will have at least 1 more year of eligibility remaining. 1-1 breaking ball is at the knees. Strike 2 from Slominski. The Scottsdale Community College pitcher has done well today. Only the triple to Sepulveda scoring 2 runs. Has a lead. The 1-2 is down. Ball 2 to Travis Welker. Ridgefield did not have a triple on the year, the entire team, until last week in Bend. And now 3 triples this week. 2-2. Welker swings over it and is down on strikes. 2 down. And Jacob Sharp will come up with 2 away and nobody on. Safan Mawai may have broken the floodgates open with that triple last week, even though it was a bit of a gift triple where he advanced to third on a throw and was given a triple in the box score. And then he had another triple this week. Alex Sepulveda has 2 triples this week, so they both have 2 triples in the last 10 days. First pitch to Sharp is letter high, ball 1. Ridgefield leads the West Coast League in slugging percentage, but didn't have a triple until last week, and surprisingly is a team that goes really often, going a full game without an extra base hit. The 1-0 offering is outside 2-0. Ridgefield in 11 games this year has gone only singles, no extra base hits, 11 times. Pretty high for a team that is first in the league in slugging percentage. Very streaky. 2-0 is top of the zone, strike one. Surprisingly enough, 3 of those times Ridgefield won the game. They have 3 wins this year when they didn't have an extra base hit. They did not do that a single time all of last season. Here's the 2-1 to Sharp. He hits it high to center field. Jude Hall going back to the warning track, to the wall. See ya later. Jacob Sharp hits another nuke, his 11th of the year. A solo shot to right center. Jacob Sharp can't stop hitting dingers. To the right center wall, another Oppo Taco for Jacob Sharp, and it makes the lead just 1 for the Bend Elks. 3rd home run of this inning between the Elks and the Raptors. We're heating up here in Southwest Washington. Safea Mawai, the batter, takes a strike. It's 0-1. 7 runs have been scored in this game, 6 of them, and since the bottom of the 4th. Now Mawai tanks a ball deep right center. That one to the wall and gone. Back-to-back home runs. Jacob Sharp teams up with Safea Mawai, and the Raptors have tied the game on Safea's 3rd homer of the year. Both of them to right center. It cuts the lead to 1 and ties the game. And we've got a whole new contest here in Ridgefield. Back-to-back dingers. Jacob Sharp and Safea Mawai. And we're all tied up at 4-4. That one 101 miles an hour. Even harder than Jacob Sharp's by just a bit. Sharp just under 100. And now a mound visit with Danny Sales coming to the mound to talk with Jack Sleminski. As Ridgefield scores 2 runs last inning on a 2-run triple. 2 runs this inning on back-to-back solo home runs. It was 2 outs, nobody on. And a pair of long balls tie it up. Ridgefield comes right back, and it was a frustrating top of the inning with a solo home run, and then you have 2 outs, nobody on, have 2 strikes on a guy, walk him, and then he scores in a home run the very next pitch. But Ridgefield comes right back. They don't mope around. They don't feel sorry for themselves. They just hit 2 home runs and say, we got him right back. Tie game. Doyle Kane to the plate, and a ball down and away, 1-0. Here in the bottom of the 5th. 7 runs scored just in the last inning and a half. The 1-0 to Doyle Kane. Ground ball past Sleminski into center field. And a base hit for Doyle Kane. With 2 down, the Raptors get 3 straight base hits. A pair of home runs and then a single. And now Riley McCarthy to the plate. There is somebody throwing in the Bend bullpen, a right-hander out there, but Sleminski had 2 outs, nobody on this inning, and so they didn't think that they would need help here. But Ridgefield has the go-ahead run on the base paths. But there are 2 outs. Riley McCarthy to the plate. A walk and a hit by pitch today for the Portland Pilot. First offering, a breaking ball inside corner, strike 1. On the Vancouver native, on a 7-game hit streak. Does not have an official at-bat today, just 2 free passes. Finally a run scored. Riley came through. We were talking today. Heard the stat on the air that I had looked through and said, man, he hasn't scored in a while, and I counted it up, and it had been 14 times in a row he had gotten on base but not scored. The 0-1 offering is outside, ball 1. And most of that is not really his fault. I mean, you really score runs mostly because of the guys after you. Of course, you got to get on, and extra base hits help as well, but then it's up to your teammates to move you over. 1-1 offering is low, ball 2. The funny part is Ridgefield second in the league in runs per game, so it's not like the Raptors don't have good hitters. It's just kind of coincidental, and Raptors scoring a lot of runs. It's just they tended to strand Riley McCarthy. But he said, okay, you knew the stat. If I score today, I'm going to point up to you. And he was true to his word. 2 balls and a strike to Riley McCarthy. He takes it high, ball 3. And the impressive part is, I wouldn't blame him if he forgot, but even if he did remember, you would think maybe, you know, on a full count walk or just a single where he can jog home from third. He had to score from first base on the play, and he had to cruise in, and he slid in and immediately pointed up. So he had it on his mind, and I give him credit for that. I appreciate it, Riley. And the 3-1 to McCarthy, swung on, a hard hit grounder under the glove of Elijah Jackson into left field. Doyle Kane is going to get to third. They might wave him around. No, now a late hold, and he stops at third base as Jackson had it go in between his legs, and then Alex Soul bobbled the ball in left field. And it allows McCarthy into second, Doyle Kane into third on an E6. And so it puts runners in second and third. I'd almost consider going E7 also, but probably just E6. It depends on if McCarthy would have gotten a second without the bobble in left. Probably just E6. Yeah, I think just one error, but E6 and McCarthy into second base. It was hard hit, but Jackson should have gotten it. It split the wickets, and that's going to be all for Jack Slemensky. He exits with runners in second and third, and 2 down. And Ridgefield has the go-ahead run in scoring position, and another run also in scoring position. Tie ball game, and Henry Mensch will be the batter against a new pitcher for the Bend Elks. Coming in to pitch for Bend. Is this Parker Grant? Is that who it is? 42? No, who is it? Noah Lawrence comes in. We'll step aside while Flores comes in during his warm-up pitches. Rest of the 5th inning when we come back.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Ridgefield Main Street is working to keep our small town charm intact while enhancing the economic opportunities for businesses located in our downtown. Follow Pioneer Street West to experience the heart of Ridgefield.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban. Or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Well, Henry Mensch steps in with runners on second and third, 2 down in the 5th inning. And Noah Juarez comes in, the right-hander, to try to throw water on the fire for the Bend Elks. His first pitch gets a swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Henry Mensch. So Ridgefield with a 2-out rally. The first guy, Sukana, grounded out. Welker struck out. And then the inning since then has been home run, single, and then an error to put runners on second and third, 2 down. Bottom of the 5th, tie score. Juarez comes back with a breaking ball, gets another swing and another miss. 0-2 on Henry Mensch, who has a fly out and a hit by pitch today. Facing Juarez, who's out of Lane Community College. ERA this year for the Titans of 6.17 in his 7 appearances, making his debut for the Elks. The 0-2 is down in the turf, ball 1. Joey Wong had tweeted, hey, if there's any throwers out there, any pitchers who want to play in the West Coast League, let me know. They needed some replacements. They had lost some pitchers. And Juarez was one of two guys who, because of that tweet, joined the team, making his debut now for the Elks. The 1-2 to Mensch. He swings off the hands and hits it foul just behind the back of Nick Allen in the first base coaching box. And strike two. Remains 2 strikes and a ball on Henry Mensch. Looking for his first base hit as a Raptor against a pitcher who is making his debut. Two guys new to the team. Trying to make a good impression. 1-2 is down past the legs of Weber. A late break for Doyle Kane. He's going to get there, and the Raptors take the lead. A wild pitch, and Doyle Kane slides in. Didn't get far away from Weber, and Doyle had to hesitate for a moment, and I don't blame him. But once he sprinted in, he got there safely without a throw, and the Raptors take their second lead of the game. It's 5-4. McCarthy into third base. And 5-4 the lead. Henry Mensch still a chance to get an RBI, but not quite as much pressure now. The 2-2 is swung on, a hard hit line drive, but foul by about 7 feet down the left field side. As Mensch stays alive 2-2 and got good contact there, but out in front. Alex Sepulveda on deck. Henry Mensch at the plate. Infield playing back, outfield playing straight up. Center fielder just a bit to left center. Here's the 2-2. A check swing. Didn't really even start to go around, and Mensch lays off ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. Man on third. Would be nice to score McCarthy, but regardless, the Raptors have the lead. Coming back from a 3-run inning for the Elks, and the Raptors score 3. Next half. Here's the payoff. Mensch checks his swing and hits it off the fists and fouls it over the netting. Went halfway around and just clipped it off the small part of the bat. And a foul ball for Henry Mensch. So another payoff pitch from Noah Juarez. With 1 run coming in during this at-bat. Can Henry Mensch score another? Or take a walk and extend the inning? Here's the payoff. Swinging, a line drive right towards Jackson. Backs up, fields on the first hop, throws to first, and in time. And the inning is over. Juarez gets a ground out and retires the only batter he faces. But a run does score on a wild pitch. And Ridgefield gets 2 home runs in the inning. Scoring 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 home runs. Jacob Sharp and Safea Mawai go back-to-back. And the Raptors are up 5-4 after 5 complete innings. Nate Wheeldryer will stay in.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
Baseball repeats itself, as does history sometimes. Last year when Jack Sleminski was pitching against the Ridgefield Raptors, came in with both the Elks and the Raptors scoring 3 runs in back-to-back innings, and then the Raptors scored 3 runs in the 9th to win the game when Sleminski was pitching. And this year, Sleminski getting his first start of the summer against the Raptors, and guess what? The Bend Elks score 3 runs, and the Ridgefield Raptors score 3 runs right back in Sleminski's final inning, just like last year. And it gives the Raptors a 1-run lead, just like last year, June of the summer of 2021. Now, a year later, Ridgefield takes a 1-run lead, but earlier in the game, Nate Wheeldryer back to the hill in the 6th inning. And Brady Casper to the plate. The 3-hole hitter today for the Bend Elks has a ground out and a walk today. And the first pitch misses. It's 1-0 to the left-handed batter. Wheel Dryer into the 6th, but his leash probably won't be all that long. The 1-0 is outside for a ball. He is over the 50 pitch mark, over the 60 pitch mark, I mean. He is at 68 at the moment, the right-hander from Gonzaga. 2-0 to Brady Casper. And the pitch is hit foul right back to the netting. And strike one on Casper. Saw Alex Sepulveda hit a triple earlier today to take the lead. Speaking of triples, Brady Casper is tied for the league lead in triples. Has 4 of them. Nobody has more in the West Coast League. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brady Casper. Swings and pops it up over the lights on the left field side and onto the concourse. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brady Casper with his brother on deck. Last time they came up, Brady walked and his older brother Riley hit into a double play on a hit and run. Now they're both going to get an at-bat here this inning. A 5-4 lead for the Raptors. Top of the 6th. The 2-2 from Nate Wheel Dryer is swung on and a roller to second base. Jake Sukata works to his right, fields, throws to first, and in time. Brady Casper thought he beat it out, and it was close. He tried to leg it out to first base, and the slow roller to Sukata. And a bang-bang play at first. And Brady Casper is out on the roller. 1 away. So Riley Casper comes up next with a single and that double play today. He bats from the right side, unlike his brother, and he takes the pitch on the back and gets hit by a pitch on the upper part just above the numbers. He's okay, and he will walk to first base on the hit by pitch with 1 out. So Isaiah Burke will be the hitter. Runner on first, 1 away. Tying run on the base paths for the Elks. Middle infield into double play depth for Ridgefield. And now Tyler Raskin's going to come out and chat with Nate Wheel Dryer. We expect to see Michael Lozano today. He looks like he is the one in the bullpen warming up, but I don't believe he is ready yet. So Wheel Dryer figures to stay in here, but probably one of those scenarios where if he allows another base runner, that's probably it for him. With 1 out, 1 on, he has now thrown 72 pitches, already 15 more than his debut. And into the 6th inning when he only went 3 innings against Cowlitz last week. But he's pitched well today and has a 5-4 lead. If you enter with Evergreen Home Loans, you can speed through the bases with Don Bell on your team. With over 30 years of experience, Don will help your family get home. Isaiah Burke steps in following the mound visit. Nate Wheel Dryer trying to settle and get through the 6th inning, maintain the lead. Wheel Dryer from the stretch. Kicks and throws a fastball that gets a pop-up, but it will not be playable. Into the seats. Strike 1 on Isaiah Burke. Ridgefield took a lead in the 4th inning, but they have not come to the plate with a lead. They took a 1-run advantage, but then gave up 3 runs with the next inning. Then scored 3 to take the lead, but they would like to come up to the plate with a lead next inning. The tying run at first, 1 away. The 0-1 to Burke is inside, ball 1. Nate Wheel Dryer throwing the changeup a lot more this summer than he did last year. He's shown it a few times today. Not a ton of changeups, but a few here and there. The really impressive part of the changeup is that he'll throw it to batters on either side, righties or lefties. It's somewhat uncommon. 1-1 breaking ball is a strike on the slider. 1-2. Usually a right-handed pitcher will only throw the changeup, or at least primarily throw the changeup to a left-handed batter. It tails away and down. Whereas if you throw the changeup to a right-handed batter, it's going to come back into him. So if you miss inside, you might hit him. Or if you're trying to throw on the outside and you miss, you might throw it right down the middle. Pickoff move over to first. But Wheel Dryer, although he's concerned about those things, still will throw the changeup. Not as often to right-handed batters, but still more so than some of his pitching counterparts may do so. And he gets enough of a downward break on it, can induce a lot of ground balls. 1-2 the count from Nate Wheeldryer. And throws that changeup, and it hits Burke on the hand. 86 miles an hour. I'm not sure if that may have been the fastball, actually. Wheeldryer has been high 80s today. It probably was probably the sinker, honestly, is what he probably threw there. 86, and it hit Burke on the hand. And now there's runners at first and second on back-to-back hit by pitches. And now Wilson Weber will be the batter. And Michael Lozano still getting loose. I'm not sure if he's ready yet or if they're going to leave Wheeldryer in. Wheeldryer at the moment staying in. Wilson Weber will come up. Tying run in scoring position. And a runner at first as well. So Wheeldryer will stay in, trying to settle things down here. 77th pitch of the day. It comes into Weber, and a breaking ball for a strike. Throws the slider top of the zone. Weber has hit 2 ground balls today. Both were outs, but one of them garnered a go-ahead RBI. Now he's back in the second inning. 0-1 the count. From Nate Wheeldryer, the changeup is hit foul to the right side, and there is that changeup to the right-handed batter. I asked him, do you throw the changeup more to the outside corner? Because if you throw it towards the opposite batter's box, it might tail back in, kind of a backdoor changeup. Or do you throw it inside, try to jam him, where it's running in on a right-handed batter, trying to get him to swing and hit it off the hands? And he said, more on the inside, try to avoid the barrel, get him to swing and just hit it on a weak dribbler. Tried to do that there, got a foul ball. 0-2 pitch, bottom of the zone, taken, strike 3. 2 down. Big strikeout for Nate Wheeldryer, or else if a batter had reached, it would have been bases loaded for Jude Hall, who had the bases loaded or had a home run last inning. And now Nate Wheeldryer is going to finish, and on a good note, gets a strikeout, and a relief pitcher will come in. Michael Lozano will enter with 2 on, 2 out in a 1-run ball game. Ridgefield trying to maintain the lead here in the 5th.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Well, Michael Lozano will make his 10th appearance of the year for the Ridgefield Raptors from Fullerton, California, and pitches in Fullerton for Hope International University, an NAIA school, transferred from Cypress College. And will try to strand the tying run in scoring position. He inherits runners on first and second, 2 down. And there are, it's Jude Hall to the plate, who had a home run last inning. And so Michael Lozano, who comes in with an ERA of 2.51, is coming off a decent but losing performance against Cowlitz when he went 2 1/3 innings. Allowed 1 run, but it was the walk-off home run to Cowlitz in the 10th inning. He got 2 outs, nobody on, and then gave up a home run to walk it off up in Longview 4 days ago. Now, is in a rubber match. He now again is pitching in a rubber match against the Bend Elks. 1-run game, top of the 6th. Michael Lozano on the mound, facing Jude Hall out of Yavapai College. Home run last at bat. Lozano from the stretch and steps over to look back Riley Casper to the bag. So Nate Wheeldryer is done. He goes 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Now it's up to Lozano. First pitch to Hall is inside, clipped off the umpire, and gets away from Jacob Sharp, and both runners will advance. A first pitch, wild pitch. And now 2 runners in scoring position. The tying run at third base, go-ahead run in scoring position. Is Ridgefield going to squander another lead here? Or can Lozano get 1 out and maintain the advantage? It's behind 1 ball, no strikes. The next pitch is taken high, 94 miles an hour, 2-0. First base open now. Alex Soul is on deck. Jude Hall the batter. Righty on lefty. Infield playing back. Outfield straight up. The 2-0 from Lozano is taken low, ball 3. If they walk Hall, it would not advance the runners. It would be bases loaded with Soul to the plate. It was 0 for 2 today and in his Elks career. Lozano comes set for the 3-0 to Jude Hall. He throws the fastball for a strike. So not content to just walk Hall. He wants to get through him here, try to get an out. Ridgefield just took the lead last inning, trying to hold on to it. The 3-1 pitch swung on, fly ball to center field. Sepulveda running over, long run, he waits on it, it bounces in front, and a go-ahead RBI single for Jude Hall. Sepulveda waited at the last moment and chopped his feet, unable to make the catch. And Jude Hall gets a 2 RBI single into shallow center field. Both runs charged to Nate Wheeldryer. And it scores Casper and Burke. Earlier, Ridgefield scored 2 runs in the 4th inning. 2 guys had reached on hit by pitches. They both scored. This inning, 2 Elks reached on hit by pitches. They both score right here on that same base hit. Now Alex Soul the batter, and it's outside, ball 1. A little bloop single, and Sepulveda, who is playing just a bit deep, and sprinted in and maybe had a chance to dive at it, probably wouldn't have gotten it, and decides not to make the attempt, just played on a bounce, and it scores 2. The 1-0 with the runner going, it's inside, the throw is offline and into center field, and Jude Hall will get to third. It's a stolen base and an error, and now an insurance run 90 feet away. So the inning nearly over on the fly ball to center field that would have kept Ridgefield holding the lead if it was just a little bit further. But there's no ifs in baseball. Well, they are, but you just can't. They're not reality. Now runner at third and a 1-run lead for the Elks. The 1-1, and Soul takes it letter high, ball 2. So Jude Hall with the single, now at third base. Advancing 90 feet on the stolen base, 90 feet on the wild pitch. 2-1 the count from Michael Lozano. Throws a fastball low, ball 3. 3-1. Alex Soul making his debut today. The Mount Hood Community College slugger. Playing left field today for the Elks. Lozano from the stretch behind 3-1. Kicks and throws the heater high, ball 4. So Michael Ball, the batter. as Bend brings up his 7th batter of the inning. Both teams have scored multiple runs their last 2 times up. For the Raptors, 2 runs and then 3 runs, and for the Elks, 3 runs and then 2 runs. Last 2 trips. Tyler Raskin out for a mound visit to chat with Michael Lozano. It will be Michael Ball to the plate. With runners in the corners, 2 down. And the Elks already taking a lead. If Ridgefield can get out of it, make it a 1-run ball game, keep it a 1-run ball game. After all, they've scored 5 runs the last couple of innings, and so feel pretty confident about chances to score a few more down the stretch. So a 1-run deficit, not the end of the world. But a base hit here to put Bend up by a couple of runs would be a little bit more of a punch in the gut. Michael Ball at the plate, playing second base today for the Elks. 1 for 3 yesterday with 3 RBIs. 2 RBI single and a sac fly. First pitch is skimmed foul off the barrel. Right back behind home plate, strike 1 for Michael Lozano. Les Schwab Tires is proud to sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors. When you need tires, wheels, and safety services, Les Schwab is here for you. Visit leschwab.com or stop in your local Southwest Washington store. No balls and a strike from Michael Lozano. Runners on the corners. Fastball grounded back to Lozano. Snags it on the first hop. Throws to first in time. And the inning is over. Ben scores 2 runs on a 2 RBI bloop single into shallow center field. It was the only hit on the inning. And they go from 1 down to 1 up. 6-5 is the Elks lead into the bottom of the 6th inning.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Alex Sepulveda to the plate to begin the bottom of the 6th inning with a 1-run deficit for the Ridgefield Raptors. 6-5 is the score. And Nate Juarez back to the mound, or Noah Juarez, pardon me, back to the mound for the Elks. The second pitch is inside, may have hit him, and it did clip Alex Sepulveda. It is the 4th hit by pitch of the day that Bend pitchers have issued. And Alex Sepulveda will reach base to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Not a good start for the Elks, who just scored 2 runs to take the lead at 6-5, and Ridgefield already gets a man aboard to lead off the home 6th inning. Now Mikey Kane will be the batter. Transferring from College of the Canyons this year to Oregon State. He is 0 for 2 today, hitting .278 on the summer. Yesterday went 0 for 3, all 3 outs in the air. At the plate, trying to advance Alex Sepulveda, his summer league teammate. They will not overlap at College of the Canyons. Mikey Kane transferring out of COC and Sepulveda transferring in. So Now Sepulveda at first, and a pop-up off the bat of Mikey Kane, and no man's land in right field. Casper running in, he slides in and cannot make the catch. Made a good effort and slid in feet first, and then plants his cleat on the sidewall to protect himself. He's okay. Then it lands just outside the grasp of Brady Casper, and a foul ball. High pop-up that landed in play, but just strike one on Mikey Kane. Kane and Sepulveda not high school or not college teammates. They were not high school teammates, but they did play in the same league down in Southern California. Their high school career. 0-1 is inside and hit Mikey Kane. Back-to-back hit by pitches. The second time that's happened today, where two Raptors in a row have been hit by a pitch. Doyle Kane and Riley McCarthy have been hit by a pitch back-to-back. They both scored. Alex Sepulveda and Mikey Kane hit back-to-back right after the top half of this inning when two Elks were hit back-to-back. So that is the fifth time that a Raptor has been hit by a pitch, and the seventh time today that a batter on either team has been clocked. Ridgefield has been in control, have not hit a lot of batters recently, but today they've hit a couple, and Ben has hit even more. Now Jake Sukana, the batter, and the first pitch he's bunting and bunts it foul down the third base side. And the funny part about it is that after two straight hit by pitches, the guy now at the plate is the single season record holder for the Ridgefield Raptors in being hit by a pitch. Jake Sukana has been hit by a pitch 9 times this year, although not any since June 24th, and he's still already set the single season record. 0-1, he shows bunt, pulls back, and 1-1. First and second, nobody out, down by 1. Sukana set the single season record in less than 3 weeks, and then missed time with an injury. Here's the 1-1. He is bunting, gets it down, back to the mound. The pitcher Juarez throws to second and gets the out. Mikey Kane put out. And so it's now runners in the corners. Sukana does advance one runner, but does not get Mikey Kane to second on the put out on the bunt. And so runners in the corners. And in the bottom of the 6th, 1-run deficit, tying run at third, but now the go-ahead run not in scoring position. And so Travis Welker, the batter. Welker, a right-handed hitter, 2 for 3 on the day. With one away, he's bunting on a safety squeeze, and the pitcher feels Juarez, goes to first, and Sepulveda stays at third. Would have been out if he had come home. And Welker is down, 2 outs. Safety squeeze, and it doesn't work. It doesn't backfire completely. Sepulveda getting out would have been the worst case scenario. But now it's runners in second and third, but Ridgefield had to use 2 outs to get it. It was first and second, nobody out. Now it's second and third, but 2 outs. Sukana does get a sacrifice for his bunt. Welker will also get a sacrifice. He did hit the runner to second, so I guess he'd still give him a sack. But Sharp takes a pitch down and away. 1-0. Tying run at third, go ahead run at second, but there are 2 outs. Ridgefield scored 3 runs last inning, all with 2 outs. Scored 2 runs in the fourth inning, all with 2 outs. Sharp takes a pitch that almost clocked him, and it's 2-0. So Ridgefield has scored all of its runs today with 2 down. They have 2 outs here. Maybe that was what Welker was thinking. Hey, we only have 1 out. I can't get the RBI. I got to get out. Might as well put Sukana in scoring position in the meantime. Jacob Sharp takes a pitch, outer third, strike 1. 2-1 to Jacob. He went 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI single. He homered last inning. 95 miles an hour off the bat to right center field. His league leading 11th home run. He's now leading the West Coast League by 3. Nobody else has more than 8. The 2-1 to Sharp, breaking ball, drops in, strike 2. Sharp has a fly out and a double play. Both times swinging on the first pitch. He hit the home run later on in that at-bat, so the longer at-bat has turn into productivity. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Jacob Sharp. Swings and a high fly ball to right field. Brady Casper running over towards the sidewall, and it gets out of play, a foul ball. Had good carry on it. Not quite home run distance, but almost. And it does leave the yard, but in foul ground. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. If Ridgefield doesn't score here, the game is far from over, but it would be a big missed opportunity. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Sepulveda thinks about coming home and wisely decides against it, as that ball didn't get all that far from home. Ridgefield scored the go-ahead run last inning on a wild pitch. A lead that did not last long. Now hoping to tie it up or take a lead here. Full count, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Sharp grounds it foul. Past Chris Cota. Let's do it again. Jacob Sharp with a slugging percentage, ranking him first in the league, coming in just under 700. And has a home run today. Doesn't need a home run, just a base hit maybe. Payoff pitch, grounder up the middle. Jackson boots it, and it's going to score a run. Sukana coming home. The throw is not in time. Sharp into second base. 2 runs come in, and the Raptors take the lead. Elijah Jackson had to work to his left to try to field the ball, did not handle it. And it's a 2-run error on Elijah Jackson. Jacob Sharp into second base on the throw. And the Raptors retake the lead on a 2-out error by Jackson. Puts the Raptors from 1 run down to 1 run up. Now Safea Mawai, the batter, and takes a pitch outside. Could have ended the inning and kept the lead in the pocket of the Elks, but Jackson did not field it cleanly. And now they're going to intentionally walk Safea Mawai and get to Doyle Kane. Mawai homered last at bat and now is walked. He took the first pitch for a ball, and then they say, let's not worry about being behind in the count. And so they just intentionally walk him. After Jacob Sharp reaching on the error, and then with Jackson throwing home to try to get Sukata, Sharp then got to second base. Otherwise, they would not have walked Mawai there. Now Doyle Kane at the plate and takes a ball, didn't miss by much, outside, 1-0. It's the 3rd time today that a team has gotten 2 runners aboard back-to-back hit by pitches. All 3 times, both runners end up scoring. The 1-0 to Doyle Kane is high, ball 2. Doyle and Riley McCarthy got hit by a pitch back-to-back in the 4th inning. They both scored. Doyle was hurt on the play. He was really clutching his hands. But if there was any doubt he was okay, he stayed in the game and then singled in his next at-bat the very next inning. The 2-0, Doyle takes it low, ball 3. Bend also scored 2 runs last inning. Both runners who reached on hit by pitches scored on a single. And then this inning, Ridgefield, the first 2 guys reach on hit by pitches. Leads to 2 runs. 3-0 and Doyle Kane outside, ball 4. The bases are loaded. Jacob Sharp to third. Safea Mawai to second. Doyle Kane to first. Riley McCarthy, the batter, with a .391 batting average. Already has 9 RBIs against the Bend Elks from last week and this week. Has a walk, a hit by pitch, and has reached on an error. And Noah Juarez, who could have been out of this inning if not for that error, is going to receive a mound visit and actually be pulled from this game. Joey Wong takes the ball from Juarez. Made his debut for the Elks. Came in last inning, needed to get 1 out. He got it, and this inning nearly put a 0 on the board, but 2 unearned runs come in, and they'll swap pitchers. Bases loaded, 2 down. Ridgefield up by 1, but in a game where no lead has been safe, Ridgefield would like to make this lead larger than 1. We'll see if they can do it when we come back.
A 380 batting average is like using Dawn as your mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started. 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Help maximize your mileage with a free safety check. Just swing by. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Applies to passenger cars, SUVs, and light trucks only.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Well, both teams, the Ridgefield Raptors and the Bend Elks, 5 consecutive half innings, have not only scored, but scored multiple runs. 2 runs for the Raptors in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and they're not done yet in the 6th. Bend Elks scoring 3 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Each time that inning has exchanged the lead. And so we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lead changes in each of the last 5 half innings. Back and forth is an understatement. And we could see Ridgefield take its biggest lead of the game, but with 2 outs, they need a base hit or something as productive. Marcus Brown into the game, right-handed pitcher out of Skagit Valley College with a 5.4 ERA. Riley McCarthy to the plate, 2 down, bases loaded. A 1-run lead for the Raptors. First pitch to McCarthy is inside, ball 1. This inning began with Alex Sepulveda being hit by a pitch. Mikey Kane suffered the same fate. But then 2 bunts that did not go well. Sukata and Welker tried to lay down a bunt, but both times did not advance 2 runners. But it got better from there. Here's the 1-0 to McCarthy, swings and fouls it back, 1-1. Sukata bunted, but the pitcher Juarez threw out the middle runner. He got the guy at second, so it put runners in the corners. Welker bunted, which got the runner from first to second, but did not score Sepulveda from third. He stayed there as the bunt went too far back to the pitcher, so Sepulveda stayed put on the safety squeeze. But then Jacob Sharp hit into a error that scored 2 runs. Now McCarthy to the plate. The 1-1 is taken outside, ball 2. Jacob Sharp is the runner at third, representing an insurance run. Safea Mawai, additional insurance, he's at second. And if Doyle Kane can score from first, it would be quite the big inning for the Ridgefield Raptors. McCarthy at the plate. 2-1 the count from Brown. He kicks and a fastball low. Ball 3. 3-1 to Riley McCarthy. On a 7-game hit streak. He has not extended it today despite reaching all 3 times. Once on an error, once on a hit by pitch, once on a walk. Can he reach by a 4th different method? On a base hit, perhaps. Or a walk would do the job as well. 3-1 the count. Marcus Brown takes a long set. The 3-1 is taken low, ball 4. Riley McCarthy earns an RBI with a walk on 5 pitches. And it brings home Jacob Sharp, and the bases remain loaded. Largest lead of the game for the Ridgefield Raptors. It's a 6-run pair of innings. 3 runs last frame, 3 runs this one. 2 runs the inning before them. They have scored all 8 runs in the last 3 innings. 8-6 is the score, and now Henry Mensch, the batter. 2 down, bases loaded. Mensch to the plate, inside, almost hit him. Shares a name with Kevin Mensch, mid-2000s MLB player with the Brewers, Blue Jays, Rangers, Nationals, spelled differently. Henry Mensch with a U in the middle of it. Bases loaded, 2 down. Marcus Brown with the 1-0. It's inside, almost hit him again. 2 hit by pitches began this inning. It was the 4th and 5th time that a Raptors player has been hit by a pitch today. And Mensch has almost been hit by a pitch here in this at-bat. He was the first guy to get hit today, first of 5. Bases loaded, 2-0. Marcus Brown kicks and a fastball yanked outside, ball 3. 1 ball away from walking in the 4th run of the inning. Ridgefield has already batted around the order. Mensch 0 for 2 today, 0 for 3 in his Raptors career. His first start today. Doesn't need a swing here. In fact, I'm fairly certain he will not. The 3-0 from Brown is taken, and it's in the zone. Strike 1. Mawai at third. Doyle Kane at second. Riley McCarthy, the runner, at first. Henry Mensch with a hitter's count. Wind blowing out to right field under the lights here in the finale. The 3-1 from Brown is swung on and cambered foul down the left field side into the grassy berm with a smattering of fans down there, pretty much coating the left field grassy side. Good place to be there. A good view of this game and that foul ball, which loads the count full, just like the bases. 2 down. Bottom of the 6th. A 2-run lead. Can they make it more? The payoff from Marcus Brown is outside low, ball 4. Back-to-back RBI walks. The Ridgefield Raptors have scored 4 runs this inning, and all 9 runs today are with 2 outs. An RBI walk for Henry Mensch on a 3-2. And that one scores Safea Mawai, who was intentionally walked earlier in the inning. Doyle Kane to third, Riley McCarthy to second, and Henry Mensch at first. Now it's Alex Sepulveda who led off this inning with a hit by pitch. Bottom of the 6th. With 2 outs, Sepulveda has a pitch go behind him. Ball 1. And Marcus Brown is asking for a new baseball. He has already walked both batters he has faced, and then to say he nearly hit Sepulveda is a bit of an obvious statement. He threw behind him. Ball 1 on the fastball. Sepulveda at the plate with the bases juiced, and he's ahead 1-0. The 1-0 to Alex is swung on and hit foul in on the hands. Ridgefield increasing the scoring each frame. Did not score in the first 3 innings. Then 2, 3, and 4 runs in the next 3 innings. 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. 4th, 5th, 6th innings. They've scored 2, 3, 4 runs. Pretty good. 1-1 the count to Alex Sepulveda, and he takes it inside. Ball 2, a throw back to second, and McCarthy is safe just barely. Almost got back picked at second, but McCarthy does not end the inning. His Portland teammate Henry Mensch behind him at first base. Doyle Kane at third. Bases loaded. Sepulveda ahead in the count, 2-1. With 2 down. Here comes Brown. It's down and in. Gets away from the catcher, and Doyle Kane is going to score. The 2nd time he has scored on a wild pitch. This one gets 10 runs on the board for the Ridgefield Raptors. And they have not quite blown it open, but 5 runs in the inning. Kane comes home. Both runners behind him also advance. McCarthy into third. And Mensch into second. Sepulveda ahead, 3 balls, 1 strike. Another ball here would be the third consecutive walk. It would not score a run. Mikey Kane on deck. The 3-1 is taken low. 3 straight walks since Marcus Brown entered the game. And Alex Sepulveda to first. He is probably the most relieved player in the ballpark. Him and Michael Lozano, who gave up the 2 RBI single last inning. But Sepulveda had a chance to catch that ball in center field and did not lay out. Now, from my angle, it's hard to tell exactly how far that ball was away from Sepulveda. Maybe he had no chance to catch it, but with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position, probably should have laid out if there was any chance to catch it. He laid up and did not make an attempt at it, played it on a bounce. It scored the tying and go-ahead runs. And then coming into this inning, he led off, ends up having 2 plate appearances. He gets free passes both times, a hit by pitch and a walk, and the second of those reloads the bases. Now Marcus Brown receiving a mound visit. It'll be Mikey Kane to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 5 runs in already, all with 2 outs. 10 runs on the game, all with 2 outs. Mikey Kane got hit by a pitch earlier this inning, was forced out at second base on a bunt attempt by Sukata. And now Mikey Kane will get his second plate appearance of the inning and 4th of the game. Actually, his 5th time coming to the plate. He came up in the 2nd inning, but a runner was caught stealing while he was at the plate, so he led off the next inning. He has struck out, grounded out, and been hit by a pitch. Bases loaded. Marcus Brown receives the talking points from Danny Sales. And Marcus Brown will come back to try to get an out here. He came in with 2 outs and bases loaded. He has walked 3 batters in a row. 3 runs have come in. 2 outs, bases still loaded. Mikey Kane takes low, ball 1. Ridgefield was already leading by a run when Brown came in. Now all 3 runners that Juarez was responsible for have all scored, although they are all unearned runs. Now Mikey Kane takes a pitch in on the hip, turns away. I thought he got hit, but apparently just missed him. I could have sworn that hit him, but Mikey did not run to first. Mikey didn't think it did. I thought it hit his jersey, but Mikey stays at the plate. Does not score a run. 2-0 the count to Mikey. The next pitch is taken on the outer half for a strike. Turned away, and I thought I heard a nick kind of, jersey glove sort of thing. But maybe it was just my ears. 2-1 the count. 2 down, bases loaded. Bottom of the 6th. Marcus Brown comes back, in on the hands, foul ball. 2-2 the count. Tenth batter of the inning. Actually, pardon me, 11th batter. Bases are loaded. All of these runs are unearned after it was 2 outs and nobody had scored, and a fielding error allowed the first 2 runs of this 5-run inning. The 2-2 pitch to Mikey Kane, swings and misses, and the inning is over. Marcus Brown finally finishes it. Facing 11 batters between him and Noah Juarez, Ridgefield scores 5 runs on, let's see here, wait a minute, no hits. They got 11 batters to the plate with no hits. Oh my goodness. There's not a single hit in that whole inning. It went hit by pitch, bunt, error, intentional walk, strikeout. No hits, and they score 5 runs, all unearned. They go from 1 run down to a 10-6 lead. We head to the 7th inning.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, first retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Michael Lozano back out to pitch for the Ridgefield Raptors with a lead, just like he had last inning, but a more sizable one this time. He came in with 2 outs, 2 in scoring position, and gave up a 2 RBI single to give up the lead and give Ben the lead. But by the time he comes back out, Ridgefield batted around the order and then some, and now have a 10-6 lead. Top of the order for the Elks. Elijah Jackson first pitch is high and in, ball 1 from Michael Lozano. 5 runs on no hits and 6 free passes in the inning. 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and an error. So 7 batters reached between hit by pitches, walks, and errors. And it all ended finally with 1 strikeout. Just an absurd 6th inning. Ridgefield goes from down a run to up 4. Lozano gets behind Jackson. It's 2-0 to the leadoff man with a 4-run lead. The next pitch, a big swing and a miss, and actually a foul tip. And strike 1. There's a weird line score. Ben with 6 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. Ridgefield 10 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Middle infield playing away from the bag. 2-1 the count to Elijah Jackson from Lozano, who misses inside with a fastball. 3-1. Lozano with a 4-seam fastball and the sinker, the one he just threw there. A slider and a changeup. 92-94 on the 4-seam fastball. He comes set with the 3-1. To the leadoff man. Throws the 4-seamer below the knees, ball 4. Jackson waited a moment, probably thought it was strike 2. So a 5-pitch walk to begin this inning. And Evan Scavato, the batter. Scavato 0 for 3 today. Coming in on a 6-game hit streak, including all 4 games against the Ridgefield Raptors that he has played in. And a home run yesterday. Went 2 for 5 at the go-ahead home run. Top of the 7th. Michael Lozano from the stretch. First pitch fastball inside, ball 1. Long college career for Michael Lozano, who began at Cypress College in the spring of 2019. He did not overlap with Kobe Morales, who played for the Raptors last year. The 1-0 is high, ball 2. Almost hit Scavato. So after pitching for Cypress College, even before COVID started, Lozano kind of had a derailment of his college career. He had thought he was going to get drafted. He ended up actually quitting baseball for a year and a half, almost 2 years. 2-0 pitches again, high and in, ball 3 from Lozano. The guy who brought him back was the coach at Fullerton College, who said, "Hey, I heard you quit baseball. I've heard you stepped away, but I know you're a good pitcher. I want to see you come back." And he offered to come over to Fullerton College to get a fresh start. 3-0 is a miss, ball 4. Back-to-back walks to begin this inning. 9 pitches. Now Brady Casper comes out. And Jacob Sharp will walk out to chat with Michael Lozano. The funny part is that the Fullerton College coach got Lozano to transfer over and start taking classes, but Lozano was ineligible since he had not been taking classes or expecting to play, and so he never played for Fullerton College, even though it played a role in him actually coming back to baseball. And then by practicing and eventually got a scholarship opportunity at Hope International, also in Fullerton. And so now he's pitching at the NAIA School of Hope International, has a good situation there. All because in part of Fullerton College, even though he never actually played there. His battery mate, Jacob Sharp, who played last spring at Fullerton College, trots back from the mound and crouches behind the dish. Brady Casper at the plate, nobody out, 2 on. Lozano misses outside, ball 1. Casper 0 for 2 today, a pair of ground outs to Jake Sukata at second base. He's also walked once. Went 1 for 5 yesterday with a homer. The 1-0 from Lozano is on the outside corner on the sinker. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike from Michael Lozano. Outfield shifted a bit to the left side and fairly deep to Brady Casper. The 1-1 from Lozano is down, ball 2. Huge game between the Raptors and the Elks, with the winner of this game taking 3rd place in the Southern Division. The loser going to 4th place and on the edge of playoff contention. The 2-1 from Lozano, swung on, hard hit ground ball through the right side, base knock. They will wave around Jackson. The throw in from right field is cut off and a run scores. Nobody out and an RBI single for Brady Casper. It is now a 3-run ball game, and a tying run will come to the plate. Riley Casper comes up, and Chris Godek going to come out and chat with Michael Lozano and maybe make a change here. And Lozano's probably going to come out here. Looks like he is. And so is this Andy Evans? Yep, Andy Evans comes in for the Raptors. Top of the 7th. Bend again threatening right after giving up the lead. We'll see if Andy can calm things down.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Andy Evans comes in a tight spot for the Ridgefield Raptors after scoring 5 runs last inning to take the lead, and yet already with nobody out this inning, Ben is already bringing up the tying run to the plate. Runners in first and second, a run has already scored, and Andy Evans comes in out of Spokane Falls Community College and a recent commit to Montana State in Billings, and the 6'2", 205-pounder. 20-year-old comes in to face Riley Casper. 11 innings for Andy Evans in 10 games. He has 2 wins on the year, both in relief. He has started 1 game. 7 strikeouts, 9 walks. Did pitch against Ben 2 days ago and didn't go great. Faced 5 batters. He walked 3 of them, struck out 1, and gave up 1 hit. And now before he even throws a pitch, we'll have a mound visit from Jacob Sharp. Not sure if they think that Evan Scavato has their signs stolen or what the issue is, but the home plate umpire Nick Hudlow walking out step in step with Jacob Sharp. And they will reconvene and figure it out and then go back to their respective spots. Nobody out, top of the 7th. Runners in first and second. The Raptors lead at 10-7. Andy Evans from the stretch to Riley Casper. Righty on righty. First pitch is taken down the middle. Strike one. Andy only got one out against the Bend Elks 2 days ago, although the Raptors went on to win that game 10-1. They lead this one 10-7. The 0-1 from Evans is a slider. Hit foul off the bat of Riley Casper, and it's 0-2. Right after his brother got the RBI, Brady's at first, Riley at the plate with a single, a double play, and a hit by pitch on the day. Runners in first and second for Andy Evans with his 3.27 ERA. Pitching his 12th inning. The 0-2 from Andy Evans, kicks, and a slider that's hit foul off the netting. Casper a bit late on it, deciding, but does stay alive. Andy has a 3-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, changeup. Throws the slider 2 times in a row. Probably will not throw the changeup here. Going maybe back to the fastball. The 0-2 does go the slider. It bends outside. Ball 1. 3 straight sliders from Andy Evans to Riley Casper, who was 4 for 5 on the series before grounding into that double play to get him and his brother out in the 4th inning. And then was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning and scored. So he's 4 for 6. Now he swings over the breaking ball. 4 straight sliders. He fouls 2 of them off. He cannot make contact on that one. And Riley Casper strikes out, 1 away. Big out for Andy Evans. He caused a mess for Ryan Obrecht 2 days ago. Now he's trying to clean up the mess after Lozano had to exit with 2 aboard, a run already scored. Tying one at the plate. There were no outs. Andy Evans gets the first one. Isaiah Burke to the plate. Top of the 7th. Burke swings at the fastball, fouls it away. Andy Evans usually 86 to 89 in the fastball and has hit 90 in Yakima Valley. Got up to 90, 91. And at times will get up there into the 9s. Isaiah Burke, who has a single, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch today. 2 aboard for the Elks. Evan Scavato at second. Here's the 0-1, a slider down. And ball 1. Brady Casper at first. Isaiah Burke the batter. 254 his batting average. His first game played in the last 8 days. His last start was against Ridgefield, went 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. He takes it outside. Ball 2. 2-1 to Isaiah Burke. Outfield playing straight up. Infield and double play depth. The corner infielders playing behind the bags. A 2-1 from Andy Evans is swung on and missed. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Band has scored 6 runs in the last 3 innings. But Andy Evans trying to calm things down. After a long pause, he comes set. His hands at the belt buckle. Looks back at second. The 2-2 slider. Cut on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Andy Evans. He enters the game with runners in first and second, nobody out. The job's not done. Tying run at the plate, and one of their big home run sluggers, Wilson Weber, coming up. 6 dingers on the year. A home run already against Ridgefield. That was at home back in Vince Ganna Stadium for the Elks. Does have an RBI today, but he is 0 for 3. An RBI ground out. Is now 9 for 20 on the series. Andy Evans from the stretch. First pitch down. And ball one. Jacob Sharp bluffs back to second. Weber hit much better at Vince Guerra against the Raptors. He went 8 for 11. But he's 1 for 9 this series against the Raptors. So a tale of 2 series. Want to know the count from Evans. Swung on, a chopper to third base. Welker fields. He can step on the bag. Inning over. Andy Evans gets the job done. He came in with the tying run at the plate and nobody out. And he gets 2 strikeouts, a fielder's choice, inning over. And the Raptors preserve the lead. It's a 10-7 advantage into the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban. Or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
A 380 batting average is like using Dawn as your mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started. 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors.
Welcome back in the Ridgefield Raptors live stream. Been a good game so far, at least if you like lead changes and a lot of runs scored. Ben took the first lead today of a 1-run second inning, and it stayed 1-0 into the bottom of the 4th, a little pitcher's duel. And the headlines at the end of this game will not include the words pitcher's duel, as it's 10-7 now, with Ridgefield scoring 10 runs over the last 3 innings, and Ben scoring 6 of their own to keep it close. And they nearly scored a lot more last inning. For the first time since the 4th inning, they do not score multiple runs. They had already had 1 run in, and then first and second, nobody out. And yet they did not score another run. They did not advance any runner. Andy Evans entered and retired all 3 batters he faced. So now Ridgefield comes up with a 3-run lead. And it is the first time that the Raptors will come to the plate to start an inning with an advantage. Every time they've come to the plate, they have been down in this game, save for the first couple times, or their first at-bat when it was 0-0. Every other time, they've been trailing by at least 1 run. Jake Sukana will lead off for a big inning last frame. Ridgefield scoring 5 runs on no hits. How often do you see that inning? And now trying to add on to it, leading by 3. And Clay Thompson into the game. Left-hander, recently committed to Coppin State, located in Baltimore. And the southpaw comes in to face the left-handed batter of Jake Sukana. First pitch of the 7th inning almost hit him in the head. It's to the backstop, and ball 1. Sukana already the single season leader in Ridgefield history in hit by pitches. Hasn't had one in over a month. And already this season broke it with 9. Granted, this is just the 3rd year of Raptors baseball, and so not a long-standing record, but for what it's worth, does hold that mark. The 1-0 to Sukana is belt high, just above the zones. Ball 2. Ridgefield brought up 11 batters to the plate last inning. Sukata bunted and scored. Wasn't for a base hit. It was a sacrifice. As a 2-0 count, Travis Welker on deck. Up by 3 in the 7th inning. The 2-0 pitch from Clay Thompson from the stretch, and at 83 miles an hour, it's in for a strike. The crazy part is just how many runs these two teams have scored without hits. Highlighted by that 5-run, 0-hit inning for the Raptors, but over the course of the game, both teams have more runs than they do hits. 17 runs scored and just 12 hits in the game between these two teams. The 2-1 to Sukata is down and in, ball 3, 3-1. There are 3 errors in the game, but Ridgefield has committed just 1, and it was a relatively inconsequential error. It advanced a runner from second to third, but then he was stranded at third, so it really didn't matter. Whereas Bend has committed 2 errors, and those errors have meant a lot more, especially the Jackson play, Elijah Jackson at short last inning. 3 balls and a strike to Sukata, and it's at the top of the zone, strike 2. Jackson committed an error. Wasn't the easiest play, but there were 2 outs, 2 on. And if he had fielded cleanly and made the throw, would have ended the inning, and Ridgefield would not have scored last inning. But 2 runs came in on that play, and then 3 more scored after that. And Ridgefield went from 1 down to 4 up. They now lead by 3. Here's the payoff to Sukata. He swings and pops it up into the bleachers on the left side. Nice catch by a fan in the 10th row. And keeps the count at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Jake Sukata at the plate trying to get aboard as the leadoff man in the bottom of the 7th. The payoff to Sukata is swung on and fouled away. And keeps the count again at 3-2. The payoff to Jake Sukata here in the bottom of the 7th. Middle infielders playing into the outfield turf. Outfield playing straight up. Corner infielders playing back as well. Clay Thompson with the 3-2 to Jake Sukata. Swings and over the top of the fastball. Strike 3. Clay Thompson gets a leadoff out. Sukata away. And Travis Welker the batter. For all the runs scored, it's been a relatively quick game, but we'll probably reach the 3-hour mark and then some today. But currently at 2 hours and 42 minutes in this ball game. Travis Welker, the batter, who is 2 for 3 today, a double, a single, and a sac bunt last inning. Jacob Sharp on deck. Would like to have a base runner aboard when he's at the plate. A fastball bottom of the zone for a strike. Sharp already has a home run today. Keeps on leaving the yard. 11 home runs this year for Jacob Sharp. And then he also helped score 2 runs, although it doesn't get credit for a hit. It was an error, but a hard-hit ground ball that scored the tying and go-ahead runs last inning. The 0-1 to Welker, swings underneath it and fouls it back. It's 0-2 with 1 away. Welker and Sharp, 2 first-year players for the Raptors, playing for third-year head coach Chris Cota, who's been at the helm every year for the Raptors since the inaugural season in 2019. No balls and 2 strikes to Travis Welker. And the slider's down and in, ball 1. Under the lights here in Southwest Washington. Beautiful night for baseball here. Temperatures in the high 70s. Soft wind out toward right. The 1-2, it's down and in again. The back foot slider that nearly comes true, catching the back foot, but just misses Travis Welker. 79 degrees as we speak, and it's going to be hot this weekend. We'll be gone down in Springfield, but it's not like it's any cooler in Springfield. Actually a bit hotter, 99 tomorrow down in Lane County. Whereas Ridgefield will have 95 tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. From Clay Thompson, a fastball just misses ball 3, full count. 1 away with Jacob Sharp on deck. Travis Welker coming back from down 0-2 to have a full count. Already a long inning for Clay Thompson. Full counts to both batters he has faced. Sukata did strike out. Now Welker at the plate. And the delivery from Clay Thompson is taken at the knees. Struck him out looking. Back-to-back full count strikeouts, and now Jacob Sharp the batter. Right, the base is empty. We'll mention Chris Cota has been the head coach all 3 years. Jacob Sharp coming into the team for the first time this summer and had a little connection that they didn't realize until partway through the summer. Chris Cota was talking about one of his family members about a month ago when we were playing the Portland Pickles. It was before the game, during a conversation he and Jacob Sharp were having, and they realized a little connection. It's Jacob Sharp at the plate, and Clay Thompson comes home. The first pitch is high and outside for a ball. Cota has a family member, if I remember correctly, it's his cousin's son. So genealogically speaking, his cousin once removed, who is a musical artist, goes by the name Cota the Barber, like Chris Cota's last name, C-O-T-A, Cota the Barber, and mentioned that in the earshot of Jacob Sharp, who kind of perked up when he heard that. 1-0 is again high and outside. Jacob Sharp said, Cota the Barber, I know that artist. My family listens to him, and they've gone and seen him, like in concert. Who just signed a record label deal apparently recently, and Jacob Sharp knew of him. Apparently his family has gone to see him and didn't even know that connection until they showed up. And had the connection. I hadn't heard the name, Cota the Barber, but I looked him up. He's out there, has an Instagram and does a lot of covers. There's the 2-0. It's upstairs, ball 3. I'm an R&B artist, Chris tells me. And Jacob Sharp familiar with him. Now Jacob ahead 3-0. He's 1 for 4 today, but that one base hit was a big one. Solo home run back in the 5th inning to make it a 1-run game. The 3-0 to Jacob Sharp is upstairs, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Jacob Sharp. And when I said he had that home run, not only did he leave the yard, so did the guy right behind him, Safea Mawai, part of back-to-back dingers in the 5th inning that tied the game. Both with 2 outs and nobody on. And Ridgefield reloaded to score another run after that. That gave the Raptors a lead in the 5th inning. That lead did not last. Ben scored 2 the next inning, but then Ridgefield came back for 5 more in the 6th. Even that lead wasn't safe. Ben almost came back and had the tying run at the plate last inning. Mawai at the dish, high, ball 1. Had the tying run at the plate with no outs last inning, but Andy Evans shut it down, kept the lead at 3. And now Safea Mawai at the dish. First 2 guys get out, but then Sharp reaches and Mawai at the plate. 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit foul. Ridgefield seems to hit better with 2 outs. They've scored all 10 runs today with 2 outs. Last inning, all 5 of them were unearned. But still, that counts. And they lead at 10-7. Bottom of the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike from Clay Thompson. Looking over at Jacob Sharp, being held on at first. Thompson kicks and a slider that's in the opposite batter's box, ball 2. Doyle Kane, the batter. Outfield playing deep to Safea Mawai. His home run clocked at 101 miles an hour off the bat. Hard hit category is anything 95 and above. So count that as a hard hit ball from Mawai. The 2-1 to Safea. He starts to swing late. It was in the zone. Strike 2. Safea from Hilo, Hawaii. His hitting coach since he was about 9 years old is Kaha Wong. Used to play at USC, and the father of Colton Wong, St. Louis Cardinal and Milwaukee Brewer. Safea's hitting coach for years. Very good friends with the family. 2-2 breaking ball is high, ball 3. In fact, if you look at Safea Mawai's bats, they have Colton Wong's name on them. Colton gave him a bunch of wood bats and ones that Safea uses. Safea from Hilo, Hawaii. And Colton Wong, a representative in the MLB from Hawaii. Proud Hawaiian. Safea learned a thing or two from the family. Here's the payoff pitch. It's at the knees. Taken strike 3. And the inning is over. No runs for the Raptors. They go scoreless for the first time in 4 innings. They leave 1 runner at first base. And nothing doing for the Raptors here in the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th. The Raptors lead at 10-7.
Ridgefield Main Street supports the Raptors and is dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. See you downtown and at ridgefieldmainstreet.com.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
Well, the Raptors hope this game starts to slow down in terms of offensive firepower now that they have a 3-run lead. More to low-scoring innings will be just fine. But the middle portion of this game just got crazy after the first trimester of the game ended with Ben leading 1-0. In the middle 3 innings saw a whopping 15 runs. And now in the final 3 innings so far, just 1 run scored. On to the 8th inning. And Gary Hall comes in. Right-hander out of Windsor, California. And pitches for San Jose State. Just turned 19 years old earlier this summer and is making his 8th appearance on the season for the Raptors. An ERA of 4.32. 8 innings, has given up 4 earned runs. All but one of them was in his very first appearance. Got just 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 earned. But since then, that's gone 8 innings with 1 earned run. Coming off a 2 scoreless inning outing at Cowlitz 6 days ago and got the save. In fact, his last 3 appearances, he has gotten the save each time. 3 saves on the year for Gary Hall. This is a save opportunity. If he finishes this game, he would get the save. I don't know if he's going to go 2 innings, but it's possible. Last couple appearances, he has gone exactly 2. He's got to get 6 outs. First pitch is outside to the Bend leadoff man, Jude Hall. 10-7 lead. Hall has hit well, fouls this one away. It's 1-1. Hall is 2 for 3 with a single for 2 RBIs and a home run. The homer tied the game in the 5th. The RBI single in the 6th tied and then gave them the lead. They were down 1. He had 2 outs and singled to left center. 1-1 the count from Gary Hall. Into the wind and a fastball that cuts the zone at strike 2. Gary Hall has spent just 1 year at San Jose State so far. Now for the Raptors, 1-2 pitch, swung on, lifted into center field. Sepulveda a late break, and he has to play it on a hop. Second time today that Jude Hall has gotten a soft fly ball into center, and Alex Sepulveda did not get there in time. And a leadoff base hit for Jude Hall. 3 for 4 today. Alex Sol's spot in the lineup. But they're going to pinch hit for him. And Christian Cooney is going to come in out of Central Catholic High School and the University of Portland. So Christian Cooney will take over in left field. Their pinch hit for Alex Soul. In his debut, he had a ground out, a strikeout, and a walk. That's it for Alex Soul. So now Cooney comes in, and the first pitch is swung on, fouled away. Christian Cooney, a regular member of this lineup, playing his 27th game. Hitting 1 point under 300. 4 doubles, a home run, and 11 RBIs. He spent 3 years so far for the Pilots. That was a runner at first, nobody out. The 0-1 from Gary Hall is just outside. And ball 1 to Christian Cooney. Michael Ball on deck. Hall comes set with his hands chest level. The 1-1 with the runner going is high. The throw to second is in time to get Jude Hall. Jacob Sharp throws him out at second. The tag slapped on the hand of Jude Hall, applied by Sukata. And Jacob Sharp gets a big out here in the 8th inning. Surprised at the choice to steal there, since Ben needs 3 runs. And they give up and out on the base paths, trying to advance a runner from first to second. And Joey Wong does not agree with the call by Elijah Bester. And they are having a pleasant discussion about it on the third baseline. So caught stealing, and Jude Hall thrown out at second base. 2-4 is the put out. Sharp to Sukata. 1 out, base is empty. 2-1 the count to Christian Cooney. Outfield playing straight up. And the base is empty now. Infield also in normal positioning. Top of the 8th inning. And a 10-7 lead for the Raptors. And Nick Hudlow, I think, is looking at something on his mask. I'm not sure what his delay is, or making a note in his card. Now he's ready to go. Two balls and a strike from Gary Hall. Back to the wind, and Hall throws a fastball at 95 miles an hour, called for a strike. A lot of heat today from the Raptors pitchers, especially Michael Lozano and Gary Hall. Lozano's hitting 92 to 94. Gary Hall, it's 95. 2-2 pitch, hit back, and foul 2-2. Gary Hall in his freshman year for the Spartans made 14 appearances for San Jose State, an ERA of 3.24. 22 strikeouts to just 6 walks. A breaking ball with 2 strikes. Misses, ball 3. Gary Hall requesting the information of where it missed. And it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gary Hall with the payoff, swung on and fouled back. And for a pitcher, every time you think a call is missed, kind of shows your resolve to see how well you're going to throw the next pitch. And Hall does throw a strike. It's fouled back. Got to fight through here. Another payoff from Gary Hall. That one outside, ball 4. So both batters he has faced both reach. And now, after Jude Hall was caught stealing at second, now he could have advanced to second on the walk. But there's 1 out and 1 on. Michael Ball, the batter. Tying run on deck for the Bend Elks. 10-7 is the score. Top half of the 8th. Just about to hit the 3-hour mark. Gary Hall from the stretch, and a fastball at the knees for a strike. Bend has out-hit Ridgefield by 1 today, 7-6. And the deciding hit that gave them the lead in that category was Jude Hall, and he got caught stealing. So pretty evenly matched game today between the Raptors and the Elks. The 0-1 from Hall is a bunt attempt by Michael Ball, and he does not make contact on the bunt attempt, with Mawai holding the runner on at first. Welker playing back at third base. Looked like he was going to try to push bunt to the right side of the infield, but hard to tell. Never did get it down. Now has 2 strikes. Infield pinching towards the bag. The middle infielders as he slices it foul. And keeps the count 0-2 to Michael Ball from Nevada Reno. Scored the only run for the Elks on Tuesday when the Raptors defeated Bend 10-1. And yesterday had an RBI single. Today he's 0-2 with a walk. 0-2 the count to Ball, swings and a blooper into right field. A late break, but the catch is made by Henry Mensch and puts it away, 2 down. Top of the order now. And Elijah Jackson, the batter. Take a look around the scores today around the league. Port Angeles and Kelowna in the bottom of the 9th, tied 4-4. Bellingham beats Nanaimo 5-4. Edmonton defeats Kamloops 9-0. Portland over Walla Walla 4-0. First pitch from Gary Hall gets a swing and a miss. It's 0-1 to Elijah Jackson, who's 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. The go-ahead runs in the 5th inning for a lead that did not last into the next half inning. Jackson has also walked and scored his 2nd run, his most recent plate appearance. The 0-1 to Jackson is outside, ball 1. Corvallis has defeated Springfield 10-4 to sweep that series. So the Raptors will face the Drifters starting tomorrow in a series right after Springfield lost 3 games to Corvallis up at Goss Stadium. 1 ball, 1 strike from Hall, and the fastball hit towards short. Mikey Kane dives for it, does not make the catch, but does snag it on the bounce. Will go to second base and record the fielder's choice. Short hopped it and gets the job done. And it's a 6-4 put out. The inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left on, and no runs for the Bend Elks in the 8th inning. Ridgefield comes up to the plate in the bottom of the 8th, leading by 3.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Ridgefield Main Street is working to keep our small town charm intact while enhancing the economic opportunities for businesses located in our downtown. Follow Pioneer Street West to experience the heart of Ridgefield.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban. Or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Been a wild game so far between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Bend Elks. Several lead changes, and right now Ridgefield leading not terribly comfortably, but a good lead. 10-7 is the score as Doyle Kane steps in, takes a big hack at the first pitch from Clay Thompson and misses. Strike 1 on Doyle Kane. With a single, a hit by pitch, a walk, a ground out. He has scored 3 times today and is technically 1 for 2 on the ball game. The 0-1 offering from the lefty is taken down, ball 1 to Doyle Kane. does extend his hit streak to 6 games. Headed to UC San Diego this year. Been at College of the Canyon since the fall of 2019. Overlapped with Will Chambers for a couple of springs, the 2020 and 2021 seasons, although barely played with Will since the 2020 season cut short, and then College of the Canyons did not play in 2021. The 1-1 to Doyle Kane swung on and missed, strike 2. Will Chambers playing for the Raptors last year and this year, as is Doyle Kane. Back in the 2020 spring, which was Chambers' second year with College of the Canyons and Doyle Kane's first, both guys had 23 hits on the year when COVID kicked in and shut everything down. And so they did not play again the rest of that season or in 2021. The 1-2 to Doyle Kane is fouled away. Will Chambers never did again play for College of the Canyons. He'd stayed there through 2021 when they didn't have a season, and then transferred during the summer to Utah Tech, or Dixie State as it was known at the time, partly due to his success with the Ridgefield Raptors last year when he led the league in home runs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. From Thompson, fastball that's hit foul right behind home plate. And a good at-bat for Doyle Kane. From Klay Thompson, who pitched against Ridgefield 8 days ago. Faced 3 batters and did not allow a run. Technically just went 1/3 of an inning, but that's all he needed to do. But snapped a streak where he had allowed at least 2 earned runs in his previous 4 appearances. The 1-2 to Doyle Kane is inside, almost hit him again. He has been hit by a pitch already today on the hand, and a painful hit by pitch, although he has singled and walked since then and scored twice. So he seems to be okay, but I don't think he wants to, nor do I want to see Doyle Kane getting hit by a pitch again. He scored twice since then, both times on wild pitches. He broke for home and scored. 2-2 the count to Doyle Kane. Swings and a liner towards second. A short hop. It eats up ball, but he fields cleanly, throws to first in time. Michael Ball falls back on his wallet, but he manages to snag that one, come back up with it, throw to first in time. Kind of an in-between hop, and so he nearly went for it on the line drive, but then stayed put. It bounced right in front of him, and it practically knocked him backwards on the liner. And Doyle Kane almost beat it out. But he got up and threw and got the leadoff put out. Riley McCarthy, the batter. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ridgefield 10, Bend 7. Ridgefield has been out-hit today, but they don't care. They lead by 3. A called strike to McCarthy. It's 0-1. The Mariners winning 4-2 yesterday, although they suffered that same score in the opposite direction today, losing to Houston 4-2 to begin that series. The Mariners still in playoff contention. 0-1 pitch is a strike to McCarthy. It's 0-2 with Klay Thompson losing his hat. Yesterday, another MLB action. Albert Pujols got home run number 686. St. Louis beat Toronto 6-1. Against Trevor Richards, the pitcher had entered to face Albert Pujols and promptly gave up a home run. Albert Pujols has now gotten a home run off of 447 different pitchers. That's just wild. 447 guys. They should have a little group session. Here's McCarthy lining one foul on the left field side. I mean, imagine a little book club or group therapy session of guys who Albert Pujols has homered off of. I was doing some MLB trivia earlier today with Riley McCarthy before the game, just outside the dugout. He gave me a good one. Who are the only 2 players ever to win MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season? Only 2 guys ever in Major League history. And it kind of stumped me. I got one of them. The 0-2 to McCarthy is outside, ball 1. I'll give you the harder one because, well, I mean, unless you've already got it, in which case, good for you. You're very smart. But it was back in the 70s, and the guy who's not all that well known. And that is Fred Lynn. Won it with the Red Sox, played for the Angels. 1975 All-Star, Rookie of the Year, and MVP when he was 22 years old. McCarthy takes a pitch away, ball 2. The other one is in the 2000s, and a Seattle Mariner, 2001. And it was Ichiro. There you go. There you go. We all know it. Brian Slyke and Cage Hardy knew it. Well done. McCarthy at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. And nobody on the base paths here in the home 8th inning. Fastball down. Did he go? Yes. Strike 3. On appeal. And I'm kind of surprised they even asked for an appeal. And surprised that they say it was a swing. And McCarthy is down. Strike 3. And Henry Mensch will be the batter. Bottom of the 8th. 10-7 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. And Mensch at the plate. I gave Riley McCarthy some trivia back. I'll give this one to you guys as well. What MLB pitcher has given up the most home runs ever over his career, allowed the most home runs? So it's got to be someone good because he played for a long time. As Henry Mensch swings at the first offering and fouls it 0-1. It's not a current pitcher, no, but a recent, retired in 2012. I'll give you that. Hint. So within the last decade, played for several different teams, including the Mariners. Was a Mariners pitcher. 0-1 the count to Henry Mensch, who's from Seattle. And the fastball down for ball 1 from the O'Day High School product. What's your guess? Brian? You going Jamie Moyer? You are right. Well done. Good job, Brian Slyke, our PA announcer / MLB trivia extraordinaire. Jamie Moyer gave up most home runs ever, and I don't fault him for it. He's a good pitcher. You gotta be good to give up a lot of home runs, because that means you stayed in the league for a long time. A ball down to Henry Mensch, 2-1. Henry with an RBI walk last plate appearance. His first run batted in as a Raptor. This is his first start in a Ridgefield uniform. 2 down, nobody on. The bottom of the 8th inning. Clay Thompson set for the 2-1 pitch. Kicks and a fastball check swing, and on appeal this time no swing. And a 3-1 count to Henry Mensch. O'Day High School, where Henry Mensch went, also the former school of one Ben Larson. Pitched for the Ridgefield Raptors last year and plays for Gonzaga. Pretty well-known prep school in Seattle. 3-1 is hit high and pretty deep to center field. Jude Hall going back to the warning track, to the wall, and makes the grab. Henry Mensch, an ounce or 2 away from leaving the yard for a solo shot, but the park holds it. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 8th. Well, Bend Elks down to their final 3 outs, and Gary Hall is going to come out to try to get the save. 10-7 is the lead.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
Outs away from winning the series and restarting a streak against the Bend Elks. Ridgefield won the first 5 series against Bend, then lost the last one. That was last week. And now in a rubber match in the final half inning. As long as Gary Hall can get through it. 10-7 is the lead Gary Hall into the wind to Evan Scavata and finds the strike zone on the fastball 0-1. 3 straight appearances for Gary Hall where he has gotten the save, the de facto closer for the Raptors over the last week or two. Now the slider that's hit to right field, not deep. Coming in is Henry Mensch, puts his glove up, makes the catch, taking about 2 or 3 steps in, and there's one down. Well, games of this series have not been as close as the first series. Every game last week between the Raptors and the Elks came down to the 9th inning with the tying or winning run at the plate. And each time the team with the lead held on to it down the stretch in the 9th inning. Ben took the final 2 games of that series. Ridgefield took the opener. Now Brady Casper at the plate almost gets hit on the first pitch and almost swings and did swing on appeal. And Bester goes around. And Casper, trying to get out of the way of it, makes an attempt at it, and strike 1. So with 1 out and nobody on here in the 9th inning, Ridgefield a 3-run lead to protect. The 0-1 swung on, a chopper to third. Welker fields eye level, takes a step towards first, curls, and throws out Brady Casper, 2 down. Like I said, a lot of close games last week, and then Ridgefield played the Cowlitz series, and every game was a 1 or 2 run game with a Sunday walk-off. So 6 games in a row where the deciding margin was 1 or 2 runs. But then this series, a 9-run win, and then a 7-3 loss. This game kind of in the middle, 10-7 is the margin. A strike to Riley Casper on the slider. And it's 0-1, down to their final out. And Ridgefield could really get a big win here. Trying to win the series. The 0-1, and Casper swings late, strike 2. 2 straight series, Ridgefield has won the first game, then lost the next 2. This series, they win the first game, but then lose game 2. And they've been down 3 different times today, but they could come back and win it. They do lead by 3. The Elks down to their final strike. The 0-2, down, ball 1 from Gary Hall. 1 strike away from his 4th save and would lead the team in saves if he does complete it. Jeter Sherman also has 3. Here's the 1-2 from Gary Hall, a slider outside, ball 2. Springfield series beginning tomorrow. Raptors want to take the bus ride down tomorrow morning on the heels of a series victory. 1 strike away from doing so. Gary Hall from the wind. The San Jose State Spartan comes home with a 2-2 on the outside corner. Taken. Strike 3 called. Ball game over. Series over. The series win in the rubber match for the Raptors. Final score from the Rourke. Ridgefield 10 and the Bend Elks 7. Ridgefield comes back from a deficit in the 2nd inning and in the 5th inning and in the 6th inning. 3 different times they got down. Every time they came back, and they win this ball game 10-7. The Raptors improved to 26-18. The Bend Elks 25-20. Ridgefield stays in 3rd place and now has a 1.5 game lead over the Bend Elks, having taken 2 of 3 this week against Bend. Hope to talk to you tomorrow from Springfield. I'll be on the call again, 6:35, the first pitch from Hamlin Sports Complex for a 3-game series. Alongside Reese Holmes, I'm Josh Warden. Pleased to be with you here on the Raptors live stream. Until tomorrow, so long everybody, and go Raptors.